Hi, welcome to the channel. I'm Jay, and this is our 2 cents, where we talk everything boxing, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. In today's live, we will be discussing today's fight card, Fatal Fury, in the middle of the street, and nobody could watch it. T.O., Ryan, and Devin. But before we do that, make sure you punch that like and subscribe button, and make sure you let me know and drop it below your 2 cents as we go throughout the show. I know I'm late today. I got a long story, but it's Friday. It's the call-in show. Number going across the bottom of the screen, 281-845-2103. If you want to call in and give your 2 cents about the fight. I know it's a lot of people already talking shit in the chat. We gonna do it today. We gonna do it today because I got some shit that I want to talk Two, absolutely. Boxing Hacker already coming in here with the bush. Fatal Fury car was fire. A lot of people turned up. Hope y'all saw the audience. Boxing Hacker, there was nothing fire. Just to give my 2 cents about that car, Boxing Hacker. Not gonna lie to y'all. Not gonna lie to y'all. Now, what I will say, Turkey was able to pull it off. He was able to pull off a fight in the middle of the street that nobody else could watch. It looked dope. It looked dope when they showed it from the drone view with the ring in the middle of the street and the cars driving by and all of that. All that shit looked dope. Cool. It looked dope. They was able to get the cover in case it rained, so they was able to take care of that. Um, I don't know if we will ever see something like that again, a fight in the middle of the street that nobody can watch. But it was dope. It looked pretty cool. So shout out to Turkey. Shout out to Turkey. Now, damn, I don't know where to start. Where do I start? Where do I start? Well, first of all, the reason why I'm late is because I caught myself getting my hair done, right? And normally when I make a hair appointment, I try to, like, I'll take off work, right? Take the day off, make sure I'm the first appointment. See, because when you the first appointment, like you get your hair done the fastest. But I tried to schedule my appointment at the last minute, so I end up going in later. And then when you go in later, they like you come in, you sit down, you wait. They wash your hair, you sit down, you wait. Because they got the conditioner on there. Then they go do something else. Then they sit you in a chair. Then they go watch somebody else. Like, it used to be a lot going on when you go later. So I end up being there way later than I was supposed to. But shout out Upper Echelon and Key with the T. We streamed the fight in the Discord. We chit chatted over there. We watched it. We had a good time. But man, I don't even know where to start, man. I don't even know where to start with this car. So everything looked cool, right? They had it in the middle of the street. They was able to get the cover. They had the crowd there. They had people show up. Um, how did y'all feel about the drive up interest? Like, I get what they were trying to do there. I mean, I guess it was creative and dope, but it's like boxing is a traditional sport, you know what I'm saying? And I don't really have no issues with them trying to do stuff different, but it's just like, man, just keep it traditional. Like, let's get the ring walk, let's get the music, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, it was different. It was cool, to try something new. But that's not going to bring more eyes and stuff to the sport, right? The fight was already at a weird time. It's on a Friday. Like, what if they would have gotten in a car accident? What if they would have ran over somebody? It's kind of like, with things like boxing or any sporting event, like when you got to compete, it's like you want to minimize the risk, right? And to me, I was thinking like, what if they get in a car? I was thinking I was like, damn, what if somebody hit them? Like anything can happen. Like it's just anything can happen. I don't like to take risks like that. But it was dope. Ryan came up in the Batmobile. Um Rolly came up in the what you call them cars that be with the hydraulics and shit. It's not a slab. In Houston, we call them a slab, but that ain't no slab because we don't put hydraulics and stuff on our cars. It came up with the doot doot doot. You know what I'm saying? So that was cool. I like the ring walk better with the music and all that, but the drive up was cool. I think they had a cyber truck and they had a other kind of car. Supreme Cam say you call them a donk. You call them a donk with the. I thought a donk was like them cars with the big old wheels on them, like I see in Atlanta. Ain't that a donk? I don't know. I don't know the car slang for everywhere else. I know in the H we call it a slab. You get you some swingers, some elbows, you some fofos. You put the fifth wheel in the back, get the pop trunk. You know what I'm saying? But that's how we do it down here. But Let me see. Salute 2 cents. Congratulations to Rolly. Biggest upset of the night. Man. And this is what I've been trying to tell y'all about Rolly. Y'all tried to laugh at me. Tell me Rolly was trash and all this. And I kept telling y'all, Rolly has been getting better. The fight he had against Pitbull was the best I ever seen Rolly. And y'all act like just because somebody lost, that they can't improve. Just because he lost to Pitbull doesn't mean he didn't improve. That was the best. Go back and watch the Pitbull Rolly fight. That was the best performance he ever had. He just tried to box Pitbull and he was unable to be successful as far as winning, but he was able to implement the game plan using his footwork, using his jab. He was able to do that. He just wasn't successful in doing it. So Rolly has gotten way better. And everybody kept talking about how big of an upset it would be if Rolly beat Ryan. And I'm like, that ain't that big of an upset. Rolly beating Ryan is not that big of an upset. But it is an upset because I thought Rolly was going to drop Ryan. I mean, I thought Ryan was going to be able to drop Rolly, catch him coming in, trying to throw something. But Rolly didn't fight like that. Rolly did not fight like that. Rolly took Ryan's jab. I mean, took Ryan's hook away, just like Tank did. And once Ryan got dropped, he didn't want to let his hands go. Rolly did a lot of body work in the early rounds. He kept going to Ryan body. He kept going to Ryan body. Rolly had an excellent game plan. Rolly had an excellent game plan. And the problem with boxing fans, the problem with y'all is y'all won't be honest. And then you see a fighter at one stage of their career and you leave them there. You don't acknowledge if they get worse or if they get better. Y'all won't acknowledge that Rolly has gotten better. Y'all won't acknowledge that Ryan has gotten better. Y'all won't acknowledge that Devin ain't as good as we thought he was. Y'all want to acknowledge that. Y'all want to blame, point fingers, and do all this other stuff. Just be for real. Just be for real. T.O. and Barboza. Barboza was freaking trash. That looked like a glorified boxing match. Shout out to T.O. He had one of the best performance on the card, in my opinion. But like, it's just they just Rolly and Ryan, I guess you could say, had the best fight, even though Ryan ain't let his fucking hands go. And let me get ahead of this right now, right? Y'all gonna say whatever y'all want to say. We cannot compare Rolly and Ryan and Devin. Why can't we compare those 2 cents and say, look how he looked in the Ryan fight, look how he looked in the Rolly fight, he's on the history. Why we can't do that? One, they're two completely different fighters, two completely different styles. They wear the smaller weight division. Rolly dropped Ryan. Rolly got power. Rolly has something to make you be apprehensive. That didn't happen in the Devin fight. And even if Devin and Ryan rematch, Ryan is probably going to beat Devin again. And I'm not going to give my 2 cents about Devin. I want all the Hanos clan. I want y'all to come up here and I want to hear what y'all got to say. Actually, call in 281-845-2103. Can somebody give me a quick little test call? Edward, what narrative am I trying to push? Edward Morris, please tell me, Coach Eddie. That's Coach Eddie. Coach Eddie, what narrative am I trying to push? Or am I just saying the facts? What narrative am I pushing? Let me know, because I don't know what you're talking about. What narrative am I pushing? Let me see what y'all saying in these comment section. Can somebody call and test the line, please? If you're calling, it ain't ringing. All y'all shitting on Rolly. Now Rolly's a 3 division champion. Now Rolly's a 3 division champion. What y'all gonna say? Rolly look good, man. Rolly has improved a lot. I'm happy for Rolly. Um, Ryan got dropped, fought like some bullshit the rest of the fight. Derek was in the corner telling him, "You gotta let your hands go. You gotta bring that dog out. Where the dog at, Ryan?" Him and Devin looked like that year layoff did. Uh, that year layoff had them looking. You could see the ring rust. Both of them, him and Devin. Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
And I was like, here they go, here they go. They'll be calling in saying, oh, it was the Austrian after all that beat Devin and not. Here they go, here they go. They'll be calling in saying, oh, it was the Austrian after all that
I think you
beat
got to
Devin
mute. I
and
can hear
not.
something in the background. It's an echo.
Yeah. Oh, okay, hold on a second. That's
Y'all,
can you
this
hear
is
me
Miss
better
Barbara
now?
D on the line. She called in to give her 2 cents. Go ahead, Miss Barbara D. Put a one in the chat if y'all can hear Miss Barbara D. I need to make sure everybody can hear. Put a one in the chat if y'all can hear Miss Barbara D. Go ahead, Miss Barbara D.
Yeah, it was a very interesting very interesting card to say the least. Um, Devin, he's the new track star. Um, I'm gonna call him the running man, the new running man, because he sure ran.
Mm.
I don't know who runs more, him or Shakur.
Call from
Boxing hacker.
Hold
to
on, Boxing
accept, press
Hacker.
1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hold on, Boxing Hacker.
Hello,
Miss Barbara D.
hello.
Okay, I'm back. Can you hear me, Miss Barbara
Yeah,
D? Yeah. Okay.
yes,
Go
I
ahead.
can hear you. So did you hear
Somebody
what I
called on.
said?
No, go back. Somebody called on the other line. And I accidentally clicked the wrong button. You said Devin was
Yeah,
running.
yeah, I was saying, I don't know who's running more, him, Devin, or Shakur. I just call Ryan. I mean, I'm just calling Devin the new running man because he really. I mean, it's like, dudes. I mean, if you're gonna run, throw some punches. You know. But I guess that's his game plan, and that'll probably always be his game plan to fight that way.
Mm. So that's gonna be his new style.
It could be. I mean, I'm not gonna say that he is all himself. Um, I think he still may have some issues. But irregardless of Ryan losing, I would still love to see the two of them fight
Yeah, yeah. I
because
don't. I
I
don't.
still.
Yeah, I
Uh
don't know
huh.
what the big deal was. Like, if either one of them loses, why they couldn't still fight each other. I don't understand why people's like, oh, they gotta win.
Yeah, I don't get that either. I mean, Devin maybe Devin doesn't really want to get back. Do you think Ryan really? I think Ryan lost confidence after he got knocked down.
I think once he got knocked down, he stopped letting his hands go, and Rolly was doing a lot of body work in the beginning of the fight. So I think that affected him. Then you got the ring rust, and he just didn't let his hands go. Like once he got dropped, he just did not let his hands go. Rolly hits really hard, and I think Rolly.
Yes,
I was thinking Rolly was small for 47, but I think that might be more his natural weight. So he's probably a lot stronger at 47 than people thought he would be.
yeah, and he really looks healthy. He really looks good at that weight, and I was really impressed with what he did tonight. And I really hope that it's not a fluke. I really hope that, that Rolly is coming, finally coming to his own. And I want people to stop saying he's dumb as a box of rocks because
Yeah.
he proved something different, tonight. I was a little bit disappointed, but I got over it really quick. I was like, I was starting to root for Rolly. I'm like, okay, Rolly, do your thing.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just, I'm just glad that I don't really bet on the fight. Because whoever put money on Rolly, they won a shitload of money.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think a lot of people really expected Ryan to win this fight. And I listened to my manager Marty earlier today, and he said during his live that somebody was gonna get knocked down. He said that.
Mm.
When he was referring to Ryan and Rolly, he said somebody. He said there's going to be a knockdown. He said, but I could be wrong, but there's going to be a knockdown. And
Right,
sure
right.
enough, you
It was a
know.
knockdown.
But I enjoyed it though. I mean, I could really and truly, I could have took a nap during the Devin Haney fight because I was bored with that. I really
Right.
was. I think Tio was
Tio fight was
more
pretty boring too,
exciting.
but he tried to make it a little more
Yeah.
entertaining. His opponent was just didn't do
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah. No, he didn't. He didn't. I think he was a little bit, his fight was to me less boring than the Haney fight. But I'm glad that Rolly and Ryan, I mean they were the last fight on the card, and to me, that was the fight that made me feel like, wow, this was worth watching.
Okay, okay. All right,
Yeah.
Miss Barbara D.
So
Thank you for calling in. Oh, well, you got some more?
no, no, that's about it. I don't really have too much more to say about it. But thank you for listening. Thank you guys for listening to my 2 cents.
All right, Miss Barbara D. Thank you for calling in.
All right, take care.
All right, you have a good night.
You too.
All right, Miss Barbara D called in for the show. Give me 1 second. I had somebody on hold. Let me see. Got another call. Watson. Hello. Hello. What up, Boxing Hacker? Yeah, I can hear you. I put a one in the chat if you can hear Boxing Hacker. What up, Boxing Hacker? What's your 2 cents? What you got for the show? Oh, hold on, Boxing Hacker. They say they can't hear you. Hold on. Stop, Boxing Hacker. They say they can't see you.
You can't hear me?
Can y'all hear Boxing Hacker? Press one. Talk, Boxing Hacker.
Maybe not.
Can y'all hear him now?
Can you hear me, 2 cents?
I can hear you. I don't know if they can hear you because I got to connect it to the thing. Okay, they can hear you now.
Oh, okay, okay.
Repeat all that cap you just said. Repeat it all again. Go ahead.
Please, please, please. No, it's true talk. First off, everybody was saying that nobody was going to be able to watch the Phil Fury card. I heard all this stuff. All of a sudden, rain. No audience is gonna be there. There were so many people out there. I hope y'all saw the audience. It looked like there were so many people out there, and the car was really good. It was really creative. So I mean, all the stuff that people were saying. They were saying Devin was gonna be a Coco main event. Oh no, an undercard to undercard. Well, that didn't happen either because Devin was definitely the co-main event. And it was a triple stack card. I think both T.O., Devin, and Rolly did good. Ryan, I don't know what happened to Ryan in that fight. I think, yeah, no, I think Rolly and Ryan sparring probably messed him up. But shouts out to Coach Eddie because he called it. He said that Rolly was gonna win. When everybody else was saying Ryan's gonna knock out Rolly. But like, yeah, I think that sparring they had like back in the day. I think he had
Boxer
PTSD from
Hacker,
that.
that was
But
8 years ago.
bruh, something you never forget. You never forget tough sparring, man.
So you
You
don't
never
think
forget.
the year layoff, the fact that he got dropped and Rolly was doing body work had anything to do with his performance? You think it was from sparring from 8 years ago?
I think Rolly just showed up. I think Rolly was really
Oh,
focused in
and
that
Rolly
fight.
took his
Like
hook
Rolly
away.
can
Rolly took his hook away.
Yeah, he tried to throw it, but Rolly wasn't budging. Plus, Rolly was Brock in there. He shouldn't call Broly. He was goddamn Brock in that damn ring. Rolly was really strong. It looked like Rolly was on off screen for a second. So like, no, I can't take that from Rolly. I think Rolly worked hard and he won that fight. It wasn't something that Ryan didn't do. I think Rolly showed up and he was just a better man. That's all it was. You
Okay,
know.
okay, okay.
Yeah. As far as Devin, people are out here saying, "Oh, Devin is not going to be the same." Devin went almost every single round of the fight. Like you
Boxing
could say,
Hacker. Hold on. Let me
yeah,
stop you right there, okay? Let me stop you right there
yes,
with the Devin almost won
good,
every single one of the round of the fight, right?
yeah.
What does that mean when you only landed 70 punches?
It means you won almost every single round of the fight. It's still the same thing. So here's the
Okay.
thing, right? Like at the end of the day, you could say his style was lackluster, right? We've seen people that have lackluster styles, right? You can say it was boring, you didn't like it because you felt like he was too inactive in the ring. But guess what? That style works. What you can't say it doesn't work. It made Ramirez like ineffective throughout the whole fight. Ramirez
Ramirez
like
was
landed only like
trash.
no, it wasn't that he was trash. See, people get that mixed. Just because somebody watches you doesn't mean you're trash. It means that the other guy's game plan was just that good. If Devin had just fought his Ramirez fight, Ramirez would have showed up. It'll be a totally different fight, But
Okay.
Devin decided to move because he realized that Ramirez was going to plant his feet, which is smart.
Mm-hmm.
I will say
Right.
that Devin could have probably like threw some more jabs or he had more opportunities there. But like I said, you can call it lackluster, but the style works. If it works, it works. He landed more punches than Ryan Rolly did. Hey, it is what it is. I thought Tio looked really good. I thought during the build-up, everybody used to say that Tio was Duggan Barboza. So like to see him show up and show out like that was really interesting. I think Tio versus Rolly is probably the fight they're gonna try to aim for next. Because remember, Tio and Rolly used to be friends and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
What does that
So
mean?
I'm pretty sure that'll be the fight they'll try to
Rolly,
line.
what's
I'm
up
pretty
with you
sure
and these
Tio.
boxers and them being friends? You always talking about that. Like, why?
No, you don't remember like Tio and Rolly. It used to be Tio and Rolly were like
I mean, I
Shakur
don't,
and
I get
Keyshawn.
it. Though they got a DL relationship too.
Not, I guess you can call it what you want, but like they were really close friends. So I could see Tio trying to aim for that fight more than he'll try because Devin. I think Devin's a bad style matchup for Tio. I think Tio will have problems with Devin, especially if he's moving like that. I don't think Tio will aim for that fight. I don't think Rolly will aim for that fight because at the end of the day, like people will say the style is boring, but like people can move really well, cause problems for people. So it just be like that. But I do see Tio trying to call out Rolly. Mark my words, they're gonna try to line up Tio and Rolly next.
Okay.
So yeah. So like I said, all in all, I think it was a good card though.
Okay. What would you rank the card on
Yeah.
a scale of 1 to 10?
Will I rank it?
What would you
I
rank
thought
the
it was one
card
of the
on a
better.
scale of 1 to 10? And what was your favorite matchup on the card?
Okay. Scale of 1 to 10. I give it like a 9. I thought it looked different.
A
Yeah,
9?
I
Okay.
like it was like a whole different concept. I like the whole thing, like the drive-ins and all that.
Driving. Uh-huh.
You know,
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like it really felt like Fatal Fury almost, you know, people fighting in the middle of the street. You know, it really felt like that. As far as my favorite match, I would have to say I think I like the Ryan versus Rolly, and the reason I like it is because Rolly was like the underdog, and he really like people were saying Rolly was a fake
Odds
champion.
was
That
very disrespectful.
huh? Yeah,
Those odds were very
they should.
disrespectful. But go ahead.
They were all there. Yeah, they were saying that Rolly's gonna get knocked out in the first 3 rounds and all sorts of shit, you know. And so like it just goes to show you that anything can happen in boxing, you know. At the end of the day, like and Rolly came from losing to Isaac Cruz to being a 2-time champion. So salute to that brother, man. He worked for that shit, you know.
Right.
So, yeah, that was
All
my
right.
favorite fight. Yep.
So Rolly and Ryan was your favorite. Okay. All right. Boxing
Yeah,
Hacker,
yeah,
thanks
yeah.
for calling in and giving your 2 cents. Appreciate it.
Most def. Hey, if you
All
see
right.
manager Marty, please remind them that Devin Haney was
No,
not the
I'm not.
undercard.
I don't, bruh. I'm not. I don't send messages. I don't do that.
I got you. I'm just playing with you, TC. All right.
All right.
Salute
All
to you,
right.
all right?
Peace out. Peace out.
All right, y'all. Take care. Bye.
Shout out Boxing Hacker calling in with his 2 cents. The line is open 281-845-2103. Call in and give your 2 cents about the Fatal Fury car. They had the Batmobile. They had the, what you say, a donk? Whatever you call them cars with the hydraulics on it and the little bitty wheels. Yeah, it went down. They had all of that. And them fights was lackluster. And I forgot to tell Boxing Hacker while he was up here that that's one of the reasons why they do matchmaking in boxing because they want to be able to, as much as they can, make sure the cards are competitive and entertaining. I mean, Tio and Barboza look like a glorified sparring match. Devin Haney, and y'all know what I thought about? What if Devin Haney plans on fighting like that in the rematch with Ryan Garcia? Because I couldn't understand, like, because you remember when Shane Mosley was talking and how he was talking about how he teaching, yeah, Shane Mosley, another drug cheat that Devin is associated with, but how he was talking about sitting down, he was teaching him how to sit down on his punches and all of that, and I was like, okay, he teaching him how to sit down on his punches, and then I'm looking at him fight in the ring, I'm like, this nigga ain't sitting down on no punches, this boy is. And I'm now that I'm thinking about it, I think he's gonna fight Ryan Garcia like that. He think he's gonna be able to fight Ryan Garcia like that, evade that left hook, jab and grab, and win the fight by decision. I think that's Devin Haney's game plan for the next Ryan Garcia fight. What y'all think? Because I felt like Ryan, if he would have sat down and he would have stopped, he could have stopped though, dude. It's like he didn't even try. Like, dude, you landed 70 punches. He was catching them. But he'll catch him, grab. I don't know. I didn't like it, bro. I didn't like it. Like, if I could tell he had some ring rust, right? I'm giving the honest assessment. I'm giving my honest 2 cents. Like, I don't dislike Devins. I mean, I'm not gonna put. I ain't gonna say that. I'm not the biggest fan of some of you, but I'm looking at the fight. I'm like, okay, he lateral movement. Jab, punch. Ramirez come in, grab. Lateral movement, and I'm like, why is he moving like that? And I'm like, oh my goodness, is he feeling some type of way? Is he not wanting to get hit? Like, why is he doing so much movement in the ring? And why is he not sitting down on nothing? He got the power, he had the pop to stop this guy. He was snapping his head back with the jab. Bow. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop him. Sit down on some exchange. Let's go fight. But now that I'm thinking about it, let me get this call off the screen. We ain't got no caller. Y'all be sure to call in 281-845-2103. 2 Cents Boxing Friday night call-in show. Call in to give your reaction about the Fatal Fury card. What do you rank the card 1 through 10? What was your favorite fight of the card? What did you enjoy about the spectacle that Turkey was able to put on? A free fight in the middle of the street that nobody is able to see. Call in and let me know. Call in and let me know. So now that that's out the way, we can move on and go get the rematch. But what y'all think? Y'all think Devin Haney gonna try to fight Ryan like that the next fight? Because at first people was like he's scared, he don't want to get hit, he don't this, he don't that. But I'm like, uh, that don't. I mean, maybe. But now that I'm really thinking about it, I'm like, I think he's gonna try to fight Ryan Garcia like that in that rematch and try to get boxing and try to move and jab and box him to a decision. That's what I think. And some people enjoy those type of fights like Boxing Hacker. Hey, he won every round. But let me know what y'all think, right? Because I guess it's two sides of the coin, right? Some people enjoy those. Hey, he won. Some people enjoy. Hey, he won. You got some boxing fans. They just need to win. He won. He won. But I think it's crazy how. Look, y'all call in. Don't let me just keep going on and on and on my soapbox. But I'm saying I think it's crazy how those same fans that's like he won. He won. Are the same fans that be like, he was losing till he got the knockout. He was losing. He was losing. He lost the first 5 rounds. He was losing till he got the knockout. But these are the same fans that he won. Oh, he won. He 12 zipped him. Why do y'all think? Why you think it ain't no rematch? Fly frequency. Why is it not a rematch? Why wouldn't Devin and Ryan rematch? Can somebody tell me? They already said they rematching regardless of what happens. I don't understand why they what I don't understand why did they both have to win to rematch each other. It's not like if Ryan and Rolly fight, Devin's fighting the winner, so Ryan has to win to rematch Devin. Like what? And if it ain't no rematch, it ain't no rematch. I mean, I don't care, but they still gonna have a rematch. That's not true, Flyer Frequency. They said they already signed it. But listen, if Flyer Frequency, they don't have to rematch. Devin is the one that need the rematch, not Ryan. Ryan about to go on about his business. He could go rematch Rolly. Ryan gonna go on about his business and fight. Devin is the one that needs the rematch. Cause who Devin gonna fight if he don't rematch? Who Devin gonna fight if he don't rematch Ryan? I'm curious. Who he gonna fight at 144, frequent? See, David say facts too since they said that. Exactly. That's what I heard. I heard they rematching no matter what. Rematch already signed per Boxing Hacker and other Haney D riders. That's what I'm saying. But whatever. All I know is Ryan beat the brakes off Devin first way. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I think Devin gonna try to fight Ryan like that. That's why he fought like that. Um, I think he could have stopped though, dude. But I didn't bet on no stoppage. I'm done betting on. It's 3 fighters. I'm not betting on no more stoppages. It's for Shakur Stevenson, Clarissa Shields, and Devin Haney. I'm done betting on stoppages for them. Big Supreme say, nah, you niggas can shut the fuck up about Boots versus Ryan Garcia. Um, Styles make fights. Styles make fights. You think Boots hit harder than Rolly? Or hard as Rolly? Ryan Garcia had the ring rust. He had to knock off Big Supreme. Rolly wants Dev and Ryan should rematch. Rolly didn't say he wanted Devin. He said he wanted Ryan to go fight Devin and get his rematch. Benzo, you think it was a crazy night of boxing? What was the craziest part of the night for you, Benzo? Fly frequency. This is the call-in show. 281-845-2103. You can call in to get your 2 cents off. I know you ain't been here in a while, but Friday nights is my call-in show. Will I drop the link? I don't know if I feel like it, but you can definitely call in if you want to give your 2 cents. Ryan and Devin need to go back to the drawing board. They both look ass tonight. Ooh, Savage Killer Queen. Hey, listen, y'all make sure to help support the channel by hitting the Cash App at 2 cents boxing, or you can drop a super chat with your 2 cents. I think I got a super chat. Shout out Broke and Dangerous with the $1.99 in the super chat. Fights was trash. Rolly Garcia still beats Haney. Shout out Broken Dangerous. Come on, Big Supreme. Why everybody else get the cap for their favorite fighters? You know what I'm saying? I think Devin could have stopped though, dude, for real. I think he could have really beat him up, but I mean, his footwork was good, I guess. And that's what I'm saying. Like, these dudes not fighting. Like, they wasn't fighting tonight. Rolly had the best performance. I mean, T.O. was cool. He was entertaining. He started styling on the dude. But his opponent, like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I don't know, man. Like, what was missing? Like, I mean, the Rolling Ron fight is just like let y'all hands go. Like, why nobody want to punch? Why nobody want to punch? Let y'all hands go. You in a fight. Like, I feel like this. Like, I'm at the gym with my son. Right? He got footwork impeccable. He got great footwork. You doing all this moving around. Punch. Let your hands go. You're in a fight. What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm just gonna make you fight on the inside then if you're just gonna do that. Just fight on the inside then. Punch. I don't understand why these fighters don't let their hands go. Like, I don't understand. You landed 70 punches. I think they threw like 190 some punches, 200 some punches. Like, what y'all in a fight? Like, what are y'all doing? And now I'm starting to see it's this mentality of I won. Like, I just gotta win. You know what I'm saying? And fans is acting like they like that. Fans is acting, oh, you gonna win. Like, fans is acting like they like that. And they don't, which is why these fighters are over there with Turkey in the first place. You got all these B-side ass fighters trying to headline cards and do a triple header and all of this stuff. And then they get in there and their performances look like that. It's a reason why they B-side fighters. Me too, Creole. Somebody go ahead and drop another super chat so I could drop that sign for Creole the Traveler. Holy washes Devin. I mean, that's a good fight. That'd be a decent fight. But ain't nobody finna beat Devin if that's how he gonna move around. Long as he win, he win. He won. Long as he win. I right to say Devin is changed forever. Y'all gonna see. And that was cryptic, right? Devin is changed forever. Y'all gonna see. I imagine that's how he said that in his head, in my head. It's a lot of people happy for Rolly. Tio, T.O. was styling on them. T.O. was in there styling on them, man. But I felt like T.O. should have got in the inside and dropped old buddy. But T.O. was getting caught though. T.O. did get hit with some shots though. But I don't know. The car was okay. It just these dudes don't want to let their hands go. 70, no more sleepwalking. 70. He won. He won. He won. He won. What up, Teach? Teach. Teach, you need to change your name to learn some. Hey, they had me crying, laughing, Teach. I don't think you understand how funny that was to me. Night Rider say they faking 2 cents. Who faking? Okay, chat. This is what I want y'all to do, right? Can y'all rate T.O.'s performance on a 1 to 10? 10 being great, best performance. 1 being go back to the drawing board. Can we get a rating for T.O.'s performance? We're going to start off with T.O. I'm going to read these super chats. I'm going to let y'all put it in the chat. Shout out Broken Dangerous with the $1.99 in the super chat. He says, Haney was nervous. Shit ain't going to work with the elite. Shout out Broken. Now, Broken Dangerous, when I was watching the fight, that's what I was thinking. But as I was sitting here, like I said, I had an epiphany. And I just feel like that's how he gonna fight Ryan Garcia. He working on it. That's how I feel. He was like a little jerky, like you know how you like you don't want somebody to hit you, like oh shit. He was looking like that, but I don't know. It just was weird. Shout out to Creole the Traveler with $5 in the super chat. He says the sound of sound money. Shout out Creole Traveler. Look, I got 50 people in here. Y'all be sure to punch that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. And be sure to let me know and drop it below your 2 cents about the show. Be sure to call in. It's Friday night. It's my call-in show for those of you that don't know. Hey, that's a bar right there. This the call-in show for those of you that don't know. 281-845-2103. Call in and give your 2 cents about the Fatal Fury card tonight. Let's see what people ranking T.O. on a scale of 1 to 10. Ooh, okay, 7.5, 5, 8.5, 7. Shout out Cornelius. 7, his opponent wasn't on 5, 8.5, 7. Dragon Assassin Official, Lelo, I gotta keep it real. I can't take credit for it because I said it was a possibility. So technically I didn't call it. Okay. 5, 7, because his opponent was trash. All right, we got No Cap in the building. Ryan crying like a bitch on camera. When Ryan was crying, put the link. Benzo say 7. T.O. did what he needed to do, and so did Haney. Ryan was neutered. Okay. Rollo Green, what up, Rollo? Where you been? I was just asking about you the other day. I said, what is Rollo? What up, Rollo? He say it showed that freak with the body frame, the mental approach, power, and speed all gone. Oh my God, that was so crazy. Swire, I ain't never mad. Okay. All right, so T.O. got average probably about a 7, 7.5. What would you all rate Devin Haney's performance on a scale of 1 to 10? Let me know. T.O. got a 7.5. Let me know. Drop below in the chat. What would you rate the performance? Let me catch the super chats while y'all put y'all answers. Shout out to Broken Dangerous with the $1.99 in the super chat. He says Ryan cried in the car. Pounds. Shout out Broken Dangerous.
What's happening? This Coach Eddie. What's going on?
What up, Coach Eddie? Y'all let me know if y'all can hear Coach Eddie. What up, Coach Eddie? What's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
First thing I want to say, shout out to Big Rolo. He did his thing. I felt like he was gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? He showed up. Devin Haney performance. I ain't gonna front. I was very, very disappointed in that performance. He didn't let his hands go. He looked like they call him Adrian Haney right now. You know, AB. And he had I don't know why he wouldn't let his hands go. He basically had a dead man in front of him. The perfect guy to shine on. I mean, the dude was slow, wasn't even nowhere really close to even hitting Devin. So I don't know why he didn't let his hands go. He could have really showed out a little bit. He could have stole the show.
Remember, he could have stopped him, Coach Eddie.
He hit Romero with some good punches. I don't understand why he didn't put his punches together.
Right. I'm like, what the hell is Devin doing?
Man, I don't know what that was. I mean, okay, the first round, I said, okay, I gave him the first 2 rounds. But then it kept going, 3, 4, 5, 6. I said, what are you doing? I gave him the first 2 or 3 rounds. I said, maybe he just trying to fill him out, whatever. I felt like he was going to turn it on. He never did, though. And he didn't have any reason not to turn it on. But that right there, you know, that's a huge red flag. That rematch went.
Let me ask you this real quick, not to cut you off. So I said I felt the same way, but then I was sitting here thinking, like, what if that's how he's gonna fight Ryan Garcia? That's why he fought like that.
To me, both of them guys, you know, I'm gonna get to Ryan Garcia in a minute, but both of those guys, Devin can do it better. He's a better operator than Ryan Garcia. I think Devin Haney, I think Bill told him to fight like that.
Yeah.
Because I don't see no other reason why he would not step on the gas. He had a dead man in front of you. Dude wasn't really punching like that. I mean, Romero didn't do anything either. You got the perfect guy you can get an active on, even if it ain't nothing but a jab. You know, get your jab pumping like you used to. I don't know what that was. That was abysmal. You know what I'm saying? Highly disappointed in the performance. Yeah, did he win? Yeah, but it was nothing that I would pay for. You know, that rematch went straight from must-see TV to the DVD section. You know, 99-cent section. Nobody gonna pay to see that. If Turkey on the Sheet pays any type of top dollar for that, he out his mind. Because they bring no entertainment value. Think about what we just seen last week. We seen 2 grown men get active in Connor Ben and Eubank. And that's what I've been telling everybody. Everybody saying, oh, I'm just hating. They always talking about the skill. Look, if you don't throw no punches, it don't matter. That's why I always said Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, they can't do nothing with Connor Ben. Because Connor Ben coming to rumble. He coming to let his hands go. He going to fight you. And those guys right there, abysmal. Ryan Garcia had no skills. 0. No adjustments. It was abysmal. Ryan Garcia is really like a one-trick pony, to be honest. If you really go back and look at Ryan Garcia's fight, he made a career. Him and Devin Haney made a career of beating up small guys. Because everybody Ryan Garcia stepped in the ring with, he was much bigger. He was a taller guy. He was a faster guy. He was bringing these guys up. Both of them got the same recipe for success, Devin and Ryan. Only thing is, Ryan cannot fight on the inside. He has no inside game. He don't throw a right hand. He's terrible in the clinch. He just has speed and power, and that's it. But he only was able to display that against a bigger person. Also, Ryan Garcia showed a lot of fear tonight. He was a very scared fighter. He looked when he stepped in the ring. I knew he was scared when he got up on that ring apron. He looked scared sitting in the car. It was like a man going to get his wisdom tooth pulled out or something. Like he's getting ready to go to the dentist. You know what I'm saying? That's what he looked like. T.O., I don't really like T.O., but I gotta give him credit. He looked T.O. was the most skilled fighter on that card. T.O. showed everything: explosiveness, quickness, agility. defense, and he kind of entertained a little bit. He just had the wrong guy in front of him. Barbosa was just kind of, just trying not to get knocked out pretty much. But they did. That was the best fight on the card. I mean, as far as action-wise.
That was the best one on the card?
I mean, yeah. I mean, as far as the amount of punches thrown and all that stuff, I mean, that was the most active fight because Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney, neither one of those fights, nobody throwed a lot of punches. I mean, Garcia.
And that's what I was saying, Coach Eddie. Like, y'all in fights. Why nobody punching?
You know what it is, 2 cents. I'm gonna tell you that you might think I'm crazy. These content creators are ruining the sport of boxing because these guys don't want to. No, I'm gonna tell you why. Hear me out. They don't want to take chances because they're gonna be on somebody's storyline the very next day. They worrying about the wrong thing. Like UK boxing is up right now. It's like them. I'm just telling you, them dudes over there, they putting on, they fighting. That card that we seen last week was 10 times better than what we've seen today. And these guys today got paid 10 times more than them dudes did.
Creators too, Coach Eddie.
Yeah, but I don't know what these guys, they just don't want to let their hands go. Like Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney. I guess Devin don't really care. He already a villain anyway, so it don't matter. Devin could have went out there and knocked the dude out. We still would have found a way to talk bad about it. So Devin got to the point now where he don't care. He's a villain. Devin ain't got nobody gonna like Devin regardless of what he do. He could have run in and stopped the man in one round. We would have found a way to the crap on him.
But I don't think nobody even talking bad about him. Well, I'm not.
Yeah, they talking bad about it because the reason I think Ryan Garcia is overshadowing that. Ryan Garcia, that's the headline right now. So Devin Haney's performance is basically gonna get swept under the rug because Ryan Garcia got cooked by Romero. That's gonna be that's the headline right now. So luckily that Ryan lost, that nobody really gonna be on Devin's performance like that. And plus, that's Devin Haney. He's not a power puncher. You know what I'm saying? He basically went back to his old style. Jab and grab. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So we know this about Devin. So what do you expect? Are you expecting Devin Haney to put on a barn-burner performance? That's not him. He's a jabber and he's a grabber.
I thought he was gonna put more combos together. Like this is what I was thinking, right? He's at a higher weight. He not draining himself. He been out a year. He's fighting a guy he should beat. Everybody already feeling like he gonna stop him. And you could clearly see he could have stopped him. He didn't even put nothing together, like nothing.
Nothing.
And then when he was hitting him with the jab, he was snapping his head back.
Exactly. I think he stunned. I think he stunned Jose a few times, with some single shots, but he never stepped on the gas. For whatever, I think maybe the whole goal was just not to have a hiccup and just get to the money fight. And maybe if Ryan Garcia would have took that same approach, he maybe could have, won the fight.
Hold on, let me get our frequency real quick, because these dudes act like an opinion or an observation is hate. You up there lying. All these people right here in your chat hating on the man, and you talking about you don't see nobody talking bad about him. Anyway.
Yeah, but I don't know. Is anybody else calling in? I don't want to hold your phone line up. You know what I'm saying? If not, I keep on rapping.
You can keep going to somebody call in. Call in if you want to call in, 281-845-2103. Hold on, because I just got a cash out. Shout out to, hold on, y'all. Shout out to No More Sleepwalking with the $5 in the super chat. In the cash app. And he just showing support. Shout out No More. Jay Howard say 2 cent, that nigga was scared and he still got the bow and arrow jab. Facts, Jay Howard. I did notice he still was dropping that hand and leaning. He still had. Did you see that, Coach Eddie?
Yeah, you know what, 2 cents. When they say scared, I'm gonna say not really scared of fighting. I think they're scared of losing. If that makes sense. I don't think he's scared of the punch. I think he's scared. If I fumble this bag, if I lose this fight, there goes millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? So I think
That's
that's
not
what it
true
was.
though. They're fighting regardless.
I mean, but I think there's nothing written in stone. And one thing about with a contract, you can rip it up. You gonna take Turkey to court? I think not. So you can always renegotiate the terms of a contract. Ryan lost, so that was a contingency right there. Okay, since Ryan lost, instead of y'all getting $15 million apiece, because Devil, you put on a horrible performance, and Ryan, you lost. I'm gonna pay you guys $5 million apiece.
Hey,
Make it
that's all.
illegal. You know what
Fly
I'm saying?
Frequency, why is you lying? Nobody said that Devin was finna lose because he ain't have nothing to keep holding. Who said that, Fly Frequency? Nobody over here said that. You just be making up stuff. All right, somebody calling in, Coach Eddie. Let me get this call.
All right, cool.
All
I
right.
2 cents. Thank you.
Call from
Big Supreme.
2 cents boxing. What you got for the show?
That was Big Supreme.
Big Supreme. What up?
Yo.
What you got for the show?
I heard Coach Eddie. I don't know if anybody else is on the line.
No. What you think, man? What you got, Big Supreme?
About the whole event or just in general?
Let's start off with T.O. Barbosa.
I already knew that was going to happen. Like, I've been saying that T.O. was going to beat him. Because I feel like a lot of times when guys call out a certain fighter and they go on campaigns and, they do the pull up on him at the press conference, I don't know what it is, but the person always loses. Like, it's very weird. Like, of course, there's like exceptions and stuff like that. But most of the time when a guy calls somebody out and forcing a fight, he usually is the one to lose. If you look at this fight in particular, Barbosa and T.O., everybody was saying that T.O. was scared. Well, until T.O. smacked him, but everybody before then was saying that T.O. was scared. They'll say that he asked Bob not to fight him and he didn't want no smoke. I remember he ran down on him in front of his father, and everybody was like, all of a sudden, psychologists and psychoanalyzing T.O.'s body language and saying that, look, T.O.'s a bitch, he doesn't want to fight. Even though, that's my man, you look at Errol, like Errol was forcing a fight with Crawford, I believe, I mean, we could say it's snack and we could say other things, but he did force that fight. He's been saying he wanted to fight him, then called him out. And then you look at today. So I just felt like it's weird. I feel like it's bad luck. Like even with Ryan, like he's been calling out Tank for the longest, like forcing the fight, went against Oscar, went against his lawyers, went against B-Hop, and then he makes him quit. Like, so it's like,
You know what I think it is, Big Supreme? You know what I think it is?
What is it?
It's like you're desperate. So they can fight you at the right moment. You know what I'm saying? Like I can fight you when I know you've been bullshitting or you want the fight so bad you will agree to these terms.
Can't do anything, yeah.
So they're able to put themselves at an advantage. That's what I think.
That's crazy. How you take somebody to court because you want to fight them and then get your ass whooped? Like I know we could say that the weight, the egg weights and the gloves and steroids, I get that. I'm just saying like the optics of it, like the average fan or casual is not gonna go in depth like how we do in the panel and how we do in the Discord. So the average person is not gonna know that Fury got caught with the egg weights, he's been caught tampering with the gloves before, the connections, like nobody's really doing that. So my thing is I'm a casual fan and I see, damn, this guy's bringing him to court just because he wants to fight him. And then you look at the fight and see that he got his ass whooped. You're like, what the fuck? Like, you didn't sue this man with the right to fight him? That's crazy.
Because they know
I just feel like that's like a weird superstition with boxing. Like I feel like a lot of times when guys force a fight, they end up losing. And as I'm talking to you, I'm just thinking about a bunch of fights. Like, damn, like a lot of these guys, they say this person doesn't want no smoke or this person doesn't want to fight me. And then the fight gets made and that person gets his ass whooped. You look at I think Conor Benn and Chris Eubank. Like Eubank didn't even want to fight him. He didn't ask to fight him. He said, "Look, I don't even really want this fight," but this dude kept forcing it. Kept saying that he wants to fight him and he's scared. And the press conferences and the interviews, and then he gets his ass whooped. So I just think that I think that might be bad luck with boxing.
Yeah, stop just chasing niggas in front. Like so Shakur gonna get his ass whooped.
With the Zepeda, I'm not gonna lie.
No, I'm talking about Tank.
Oh yeah, I definitely see that because I think Shakur's gonna beat the shit out of Zepeda. I know I'm in the minority, but I said like how he handled Seven Farmer is gonna tell me what I need to know with Shakur. And I feel like as a 36-year-old Tevin Farmer that's been out the ring for about like 4 years. I know he had 2 fights in between this one, but he hasn't really been fighting high level opposition. He has something with his eye. I think now we know that he has Tourette's and stuff like that. He knocked him down. Even in like the second fight, he almost knocked him out in the 12th round. I feel like I get Styles makes fights, but I don't think he has. I don't think he has it. I don't think it's the Pettis. And I think the Pettis like pillow fisted. I don't think he's a hard puncher. He really can't cut off the ring. He has no IQ. His punch selection is horrible. Like I just think Shakur, it's gonna be like a Mayweather Gotti kind of fight, in my opinion. I feel like this
That's
is
what
gonna
people
come
want from
forward.
Shakur. That's what people want from
I
Shakur.
think Shakur wants to fight because he's the perfect opponent to showcase that. And I think people don't realize that Shakur's a much bigger guy than people give him credit for because he missed weight at 130. Like he's bigger than Zepeda. Like. So I feel like Zepeda's not going to be able to bully. And another thing too, because we always criticize certain fighters, but we don't look at these other guys' resumes as well. Like you look at Haney, they'll say, well, Haney hasn't fought any power punchers or people that could punch. You look at Zepeda, like who did he fight that could crack? Like Maxie Hughes has like 4 knockouts. Giovanni Cabrera has like 3 knockouts. Who's the other guy he fought before that? Like he's fighting these guys that's over the hill, dudes that can't punch, people that's tailor made for him to look good. So I feel like Farmer, and I know we joke and say that he was on steroids, but Farmer's a hard enough puncher to get your respect. And I feel like Zepeda winning that fight, thinking, this dude can't crack, and then he got caught slipping. So I feel like, yes, Shakur has hand problems, but I feel like Shakur punches harder than his record indicates. So I feel like if he goes in there and doesn't make no adjustments, he's going to get knocked out, in my opinion. And I feel like that's why Oscar was probably postponing the fight so many times, because he wanted to see, like, all right, let me see if this guy could get Baron check, because that would have been an easy route for a belt. That got shut down, so it's like, damn, all right, so we're going to see what he does with Farmer. I feel like the 2 fights that he had with Farmer, I think Oscar's like, I'm just going to cash this nigga out. Like, I'm not going to hold this dude hostage anymore. That's what I think, in my opinion. I feel like Oscar lost faith in Zepeda once he seen what Farmer did to him in both fights. He said he's been talking to Mayweather. He said that he got surgery, so maybe he's rehabbing his hands, and maybe he feels confident that they're gonna be fine. That's what I think. I mean, you're right. That can be an aspect of his hands, but if his hands is healthy, I think he'll. If he won't stop him, like he'll make him look really bad, in my opinion. I'm not a fan of Zepeda. I don't think he has nothing for sure. Trash, garbage, basura. How do you say trash in Saudi Arabia? I don't want to hear that shit. That nigga, he looked horrible. And what I don't like with the Haney nights and stuff like that, right? This dude been talking a whole lot of shit, saying this, saying that, and you go in there and fight like that. Another thing too, like I don't know if it's because Romero is like an older fighter, and maybe they probably like gonna use him as a gatekeeper, but a lot of these close fights, like he's not getting them. Like what I don't get is when you look at Gary versus Puello, right? I feel like Gary, the only thing Gary did wrong in that fight with Puello, like he kept getting countered and kept, but I feel like he applied pressure to Puello, had him on the back foot,
He
forced the
kept
action.
rushing in. He kept rushing in.
He did keep rushing in, but I feel like he cut off the ring. But when he had Puello in front of me, he just didn't know
Hold
what
on,
to do.
y'all.
I don't
Hold
know how to
on, y'all
explain
can't hear me. Can y'all hear me in the chat? I know you can hear me, Big Supreme.
it. I can hear you. Maybe they
Two
can't hear me.
2 cents. We can't hear you. Y'all can't hear me. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all hear me.
I know I can hear you.
Put a 1 in the chat. Oh, we hear you now. Okay, go ahead, Big Supreme. Y'all hear Big Supreme too? Go ahead, Big Supreme.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, I feel like when he had Puello, like, he just didn't know what to do with him. Like, Like he didn't really go to the body. He didn't use his jab. Now when we see the Rayo fight, I feel like he learned and he knew what to do with Rayo. I feel like he's gonna do that with Pedro. But my thing with Haney is like you're on the back foot the whole fight. You're not really throwing any punches like that. Romero is the aggressor. He's clearly being effective because every time he closes the gap, you're trying to clinch and trying to like make him reset and stuff like that. So I feel like how is it like a 12 zip? It's just weird to me. Like in one fight, they'll say that Puello beat Gary on the back foot. And then you look at Arthur versus Bivol, they'll say that Bivol beat Arthur, even though he's forcing the action, dictating the pace. He's the aggressor, which makes him the ring general. And then you have someone like Haney in a fight like this, and then they'll say it's a masterclass. So it's like, even with Jermaine Ortiz and Teal, it's the same thing. Like, one fight, a guy's coming forward, and they'll reward him with the fight. The next fight, the guy will be coming forward, the other dude will be on the back foot, not engaging, and then he'll lose. So it's like the scoring criteria is weird. I feel like, I'm not saying Haney lost, but I don't think it was a master class. I don't think it was a 12 zip. It was much closer than
But
they
the
made
other,
it seem.
well, Ramirez ain't do shit. Big Supreme, he didn't do
He did it,
nothing.
but my thing is like, if a guy's coming forward and dictating the pace, and it makes it Haney look worse. If I'm not doing shit and you're just running around the ring, and then every time I close the gap, you're clinching, like what's going on? You basically running the whole fight. And every time I get on you clinching, you holding me. So it's like the fact that he didn't do nothing and still got that respect from Haney, that's not a good look. So now when you say that he could beat Boots or he could be competitive with Brian Norman, because I had people tell me that he's going to beat Brian Norman and he could beat Stanley Jonas and he could be competitive with Boots. I'm like, what fucking fights are these dudes boxing like? I don't think none of that shit. If a guy like Ramirez is getting that much respect from him, what's going to happen when you put someone like Brian Norman in front of him who could really crack, who really could punch?
I'm killing you
He's
in the
young,
chat,
he's strong.
Supreme. They killing you in the chat.
I don't give a fuck what they say. This is what I think. Like,
No, go ahead.
I don't think he can beat Brian Norman. I don't think he could beat Boots. I don't think he could beat Stanley Jonas. There's no way someone like Romero is giving that much respect, bro. You look
I don't think
timid,
he
you
could
look
beat Boots.
nervous, you look
But
gun-shy.
if he would have fought him like he boxed Regis, he could have been able to stop him.
That's what I'm saying. And then, like, this dude, like, he's like predictable. Like, Ramirez has no punch selection, very predictable, no offense. So, like, I don't know why he was there the whole fight to be hit. Like, I don't know why he didn't take the chances. You know what I mean? So, even someone like Africa, right? Like,
That's just some more dumb shit Bill probably told him to do.
Probably. But what they saying in the chat, though, because I can't see it.
Oh, no, they just was talking, you don't know nothing about boxing. Flip-flop, people say
fuck
you
them.
hating.
Yeah, fuck y'all niggas. Let me see what they say. If you could go to the next fight, though, because I just think that fight was bad. I'm not a fan of that fight.
What do you think about my theory? That's how he gonna fight Ryan Garcia if they rematch.
I'm not even interested in seeing a rematch, honestly, because this dude just lost. Haney didn't look impressive. So, like, a rematch, like, I don't think there's no, like, excitement for the rematch on my end.
So they killed it.
I think they killed it. I think they should
go
straight to the rematch.
But Styles make fights, Big Supreme.
Say it again?
Styles make fights.
I get it. People say that Styles make fights. I understand. Like, we always could think of Vernon Forrest and Mayorga and Oscar and Mayorga. Like, we get that 100%. But Ramirez is not, like, he's been looking bad the last 5 fights or so. He looked bad against Barbosa. He looked bad against Francis. He looked bad against the guy before that. I forgot the guy's name. Like, he hasn't been looking good for a long time. And I believe he chose to get, like, married or something like that the day of, I forgot what it was. Like, he basically chose his family over, like, a contract or a fight or something like that. Like, so his mind clearly hasn't been in boxing for a long time. So I feel like when you fighting a guy like that, who Haney's supposed to be levels above, he's supposed to dispatch them. So that's the thing I have with Tank, right? When they say Tank is fighting guys below his level, he's knocking these guys out. He's making them look crazy. Same thing with Boots. He's blowing these guys out. You don't belong in the ring with me, you got to go. You look at Brian Norman. The dude quavers, not really good, blew him out the water. That's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to struggle with a guy that you're clearly supposed to knock out. 1 second, Susan.
What you agree with, Jay Howard? What I say? Jay Howard said I agree with 2 cents. See, Rollo. See, this is what we talking about.
What you
So,
said? What you said?
um, Rollo say so. Beating a what's the name? Who is that? No, who said that? I think it was somebody said you was cooking. I can't remember who it was. I think it was No More Sleepwalking. He says, so beating a guy 11-1 isn't considered a good thing.
Say it again, 2 cents.
Rollo say, so beating a guy 11-1 isn't considered a good thing.
I don't give a fuck what Rollo say. Rollo be talking crazy. Like, I don't even care what he got to say.
No, for people out there that's saying that. Remember, I was like, oh, but he won. He dominated. He won 11-1. Like, it's people that's gonna say that. Like, what would be your response to that?
Now I get that. I'm just saying, like, when you look at, like I said, when you compare Tank, compare Haney, Boots, like all the guys that they say that don't have a resume and haven't beat nobody. They said it about Boots. They said it about Tank. You could think anybody else that they said it about, right? When they get in the ring with these guys, they're blowing them out the water. Now, Rolly beating Ryan today, and Ryan and Rolly main eventing shows that narrative has been capped from the beginning. Because if Rolly could come up and wait and beat Ryan, who just basically knocked out Haney, who's beat solid guys, like, you got to start looking at these guys' resumes. Like, maybe these guys, when they say matchmaking made Tank, maybe that's what happened with these guys. Haney's been matchmaking against opponents he's been taller than, younger than, stronger than, bigger than, so he's been looking good. When he fights guys his size, around his age, he doesn't look too good. So my thing is, like, I get it. You've been out for a year. You could say it's a tune-up, but he looked very lackluster, in my opinion. I don't know if anybody else agrees with me, but he didn't look good at all. And then it makes it worse when you got guys saying, oh, well, he's going to stop him between 7 and 9. Or he's going to stop him in the first 6 rounds. And you got Nate saying, oh, well, we've been teaching him how to punch and how to do this. Where the fuck was that in the fight?
And I
Where
was
was
just
that?
talking about that. I was like, so all that Shane Mosley, he gonna sit down on his punches and do all that? Like, what were y'all doing in camp, bro? That's what y'all worked
That's
on?
what I'm saying, Tuesday.
That's what y'all worked on in camp. Let me answer this for Rollo Green. Rollo, I think it's funny for somebody to ask, so you can't just win, you gotta win a certain way. When you the same person that'll say, Tank was losing that fight until he got the knockout. What does it matter if he was losing the fight until he got the knockout? He can't just win. He got to win a certain way. Stop it.
Exactly, Tuesday.
He ran around. He looked like Charlo in there. Y'all crucified him. But it's because he won. Really? But go ahead. So last
What you
fight.
said?
What the next fight? Rolly Ryan.
Say it one more time, Tuesday.
Rolly Ryan.
All right, so I know Rolly got the power, but I guess Ishmael Salad's really been working with him, and he's been looking good. Like, when you look at the Jaime fight he had, the fight before this one, like, there was flashes there, but it just, like, you could tell it was, like, it looked weird because, like, he's trying to implement new things that he learned
Right.
in a fight in real time. 1 second, Susan.
And it was the job. But this is the thing, though. And this is what I
So,
realized. Oh, go ahead.
go ahead, Susan.
I finna say no. I was just talking while you was going. But go ahead.
Yeah, I just feel like, I guess he's been working with Ishmael for about a year or two now. And I feel like now he's probably buying into what Ishmael is telling him. It's probably coming more natural.
Hold
And
on, real quick, Big Supreme. Hold on.
Call from. To accept, press 1.
Hello.
Hello? You hear me?
Yeah. What's up?
This is Big Supreme. I don't know if you probably.
Oh, somebody else had called in, but I guess they hung up. Okay, Big Supreme, go ahead, finish up.
Yeah, I'm just saying that he bought into what Ishmael had to teach him, and I feel like he looked good. And I feel like I'm not gonna sit here and say I seen someone say that he could beat Brian Norman and could beat Boots, and I don't know. I think he could beat dudes like Giasov. I don't know if y'all know who that is, but I can't stand Shakman Giasov. I think he's trash. I feel like he could beat guys like that. I would like to see him against someone like Alexis Rocha or Raul Curiel or someone like that,
Oh,
or Juan
Rolly.
Polanco. Yeah, Rolly, just to see how he looks. Because you got kind of history with Ryan, so maybe he went in the fight a little bit more confident than usual. So I'm not gonna sit here and just like say Rolly can do this and that. But if he gets against those guys and does the same thing, then maybe, like I said, we need to start talking about Tank's resume. And maybe he has a really good resume. Maybe the media and the narrative that he's not fighting nobody, maybe that's out of hate. But that's all I got though, because I got a lot of things going on right now.
All right, all
So
right.
I guess
Thanks
I'll
for
call
calling
him later.
in, Big Supreme.
Anytime.
All right. Dev ain't look much different from how he usually fight. NHA2, that is extra cap. I don't know why y'all so shocked by the performance. Outside the Regis fight, he pretty much fought the same. He was on his bike more though. All right,
Call from
2 cents boxing. What's your name? What's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Yo, what up? It's frequent.
What up, frequent? What's your 2 cents? What you got?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that y'all, I don't. Devin basically started fighting the way that he was fighting before the Ryan Garcia situation happened, and so
Mhm.
people was trying to cook Devin for fighting the wrong fight, but now he's back to fighting the way that he was fighting before this. He's fighting the way he usually fight. And now y'all back with having a problem with that. It don't matter which way he fight, y'all not gonna like it. Y'all ain't gonna give him props whichever way he went. Just like Coach Eddie said, with the now people trying to say, oh, if he would have did him like he did Regis, then it would have been okay. But with the Regis fight, people was trying to cook him about the Regis fight, talking
So
about the way he
Devin was
fight because
only landing
he
70
did
punches in
exactly
his
the
fights?
same thing.
Devin
He
was
did
only
exactly
landing
the same thing.
Devin was landing only 70 punches in his fights?
In the Regis fight, people was cooking Devin for fighting the same way that he was fighting in this fight.
Frequent. Did you hear
Not
my
not
question?
not
Did you hear
taking
my question?
what you say?
Devin Haney was only landing 70 punches in his fights?
Oh, I don't know, but that don't matter.
It do matter.
The fight,
I'm asking because you're saying
you
that he
you
fought the same. So he usually lands 70 punches in his fights. I'm asking. I don't know. I'm asking. You said he fought the same.
I don't know. I don't know. That's not what I'm saying when I'm saying that Devin went back to fighting the way that he usually fight. I mean, he went back to boxing and went in rounds. He did Jose just the same way he did Regis. But except for Jose got one round in. Regis ain't win no rounds, but y'all was cooking Devin for the same thing. When he was fighting, when he beat Regis,
Cooking him
he
for what?
pitched the shutout with Regis because people were saying, "Oh, he wasn't taking the chance." The same thing y'all saying with this fight. Oh, he wasn't willing to take a chance.
We saying the same
He's a
thing. So
gun
what are you
shy
saying?
and all of that. He had him hurt, huh?
He didn't take the chance. He could have stopped him. That we not dissing him. That he could have
Yeah.
stopped him.
So what I'm saying is it's hypocritical to say, oh, if he would have did him like he did him in the Regis fight, then it would be different. But since he
By
didn't do
doing
that,
what he
when they did
by
the same thing.
by doing the same what we're saying in the Regis fight, we mean step to him and punch and throw punches. He didn't do that. He was
So
pop shotting and
how you
grabbing.
win rounds without throwing punches? You yourself said that Ramirez wasn't doing nothing.
Exactly.
So
So that's
so
why
that's
Devin
how
should have
Devin
stopped
won the
him. Why
fight.
did
So
you
Devin
only
threw
land
more.
70 punches?
Devin landed more punches than he did to win the round, right? So
I'm not about
Devin
to go
won
back
the
and forth with
round. He outboxed him.
you. Mm-hmm.
So and Rollo, y'all talking like Rollo is saying something crazy, like it's not sensible for him to say, so winning, 11-1 is a bad thing now, not a good thing. How is that not a good thing? He almost pitched the shutout. You know, and
Mm-hmm.
y'all sitting here cooking them for winning. Like it's crazy.
Nobody's
Like
cooking him.
like
Y'all
Coach
are so
Eddie said
dramatic.
that Devin can't be Devin. It don't matter how Devin win. Y'all still gonna be hating on him. So he might as well just act like he don't care now. You know, he just win the fight. That's all it that's what I was trying to say about Shakur too.
Frequent,
People
why
trying to
y'all
trick
so
Shakur
sensitive,
about his.
bruh? Why y'all so
We
sensitive,
not
bruh?
sensitive.
You are
We
being
not
hella
sensitive. It's
sensitive. We
sensible.
sitting
It's
here
sensible.
saying Devin should have knocked the nigga out and stepped on the gas, and he didn't.
Why
You,
he shouldn't have not? No, he shouldn't have, because y'all wanted them to take a chance because y'all was hoping that Ramirez could
what
catch him
the
with a left
fuck
hook.
does it have to do with us? Nothing.
Exactly. It don't have nothing. He fought the way he was supposed to fight. He won the
Mhm.
fight.
Mhm.
He won the fight. That's what he was supposed to do. And
Okay.
y'all and y'all talking bad about him the way he won the fight,
Right, I got another
even
call
though
on
he
the
won
line.
almost every round.
I got another call on the line.
All right, yeah, that's all I had to say. But
All
Rollo
right,
ain't talking crazy though.
all right. Appreciate you calling in.
Call from
What's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Hey, 2 cents. It's Key. How you doing?
Key with the T. Shout out Key. What's going on? What you got?
I had to. I only got a few moments. Salute to the chat. Salute to you, Queen. Make sure y'all like subscribe to my girl channel. I gotta. I'm sorry. Frequent. Y'all know I always take up for him, right? Y'all know I always take up for Frequent. When y'all be blocking him, when y'all be talking about him and everything else, and that's still my boy. But I have to respectfully disagree with everything he just said. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you. We had a wonderful time watching the fight tonight, okay? But the fight, first of all, that fight was absolutely trash. If you look at the impressions, what the people are saying, the fanfare are saying on every social media platform that is talking about it, more so
Wow.
Twitter, aka X, they are trashing this card. This was a horrible card from the beginning to the end. I got there with the T.O. fight. T.O., dare I say, and y'all know I don't want to hear T.O. Senior mouth for anything for the next few weeks because you know they're about to be gloating. But T.O. was the only um exciting fighter because of the showboating. But even he was like, okay, good, right? Because Barboza was just that bad and just that slow. Then we move up to Devin. I wish that order that Queen Ty had said earlier, she said that Devin was going to go first. I wish we would have really had that because Tio and Barboza should have been the co-main. Devin was just that bad. And here's the thing, Frequent. I got you. Okay, I know you're a huge Devin fan. Rollo and the rest of y'all, I get it. But that was horrible. First of all, Devin never got set. He never turned over any punches. And I have a right to be upset because I've been bragging about Nate Jones for how long, 2 cents? I'm like, Devin is with Chicago's own Nate Jones. Y'all know anytime I see one of our trainers out there, I'm going to rep. Or anybody from the Midwest, Michigan, or anything, because they sleep on us out here when it comes to boxing. You know what I'm saying? In the Midwest. So when I saw that he was back with Nate Jones, and then I saw that it was Mickey Bays and it was Shane Mosley Jr., you got three people. Nate Jones has helped Floyd Mayweather how many times in the corner? Shane Mosley Jr. record speaks for itself. Mickey Bay or Mikey Bay, however you say his name, but Bay, right? You got all these people,
Didn't
not
Mickey
to
Bay get
mention,
caught cheating?
huh?
Didn't Mickey Bay get caught cheating?
I'm not sure about that. I wouldn't be surprised. But that's not all. Then you got Freddie Roach. Freddie Roach has been with Devin for a minute too. You have all these people within a year, not 2 years, not 5 years, a year, and you get the crowd hyped up. He's going, Shane Mosley said in the camera, he's going for a knockout. This is going to be the best Devin that we've ever seen. And he pulls a Shakur. If I'm Shakur Stevenson, I'm suing Devin for copyright. Because how you going to steal my style? Okay, I'm the runner here, not you. He stole, I don't care what nobody say. He bit, huh?
Go ahead. They can't
He
hear. You
bit.
can hear me, Key, but they can't hear me. I'm on mute. I was talking to my daughter.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, Susan. He did Shakur Stevenson style tonight with all that running around the ring. He never sat down on his punches. He didn't even turn over his shots. There was two good shots that he hit Ramirez with. One was when Ramirez was moving in on him while he was on the ropes, and Devin hit him with an uppercut. That was clean. I like that. I'm like, okay, there we go. And then next thing you know, I'm counting the seconds down to when he gonna throw another shot. No, that is unacceptable. Loma brought the best out of Devin. Hell, even Regis, slow foot itself, brought the best out of Devin. Not that. Ramirez is 30 something years old. He done been in war after war, and I stand on this principle. If that was Jose Ramirez pre Josh Taylor, Devin would have been in trouble. Period. That was horrible. You do not you do not do a combined 500 punches thrown. If that was somebody with Ramirez height with a Zapata output, we would be having a whole different conversation. That was horrible. I know frequent y'all my folks, you know it's nothing but, you know what I'm saying, that Philly love. But Devin did not do anything. He couldn't even transition well from offense to defense. His turns wasn't as crisp. Remember in that Loma fight when he would try to turn and do all of that, and he'd get, he'd try to flurry it out and do everything. There was nothing there. Not to mention when your father or your trainer has to look at you and tell you it's all up here and point to your head and let you know, get out your head is mental. That's when I knew. So moving forward, and y'all know when the fight first was announced, I said Devin would beat Ryan. But after today and the whole culminations of things, I don't know who I would want to see Devin fight right now because I'm worried. Like people are talking about Ryan, but I got my eye on Devin. I'm concerned for Devin. He looked traumatized. He looked gun shy. He kept that one hand up just like Ryan did. It was pretty much almost the same fight. Kept that one hand up because he got hit. You feel me? He knew what was coming. And guess what? He still couldn't block all of those shots. And he didn't go into offense when Ramirez will open up and hit him. He didn't come at nothing back with Ramirez. He would wait until Ramirez was standing right in front of him instead of just going after and getting it. Devin didn't even have feint. He did a feint one time in that fight. That was it. That was horrible. I'm sorry. If this is y'all, oh, well, he did good. Don't look. Stop using
Hold
Floyd.
on. What you think about this, Key? He didn't need that tonight. Loma is a totally different style. He won
That's a
easy
lie.
in first gear. That's what Rollo said.
No, that is a lie. That and Rollo, stop it. You another one. Stop me again. All love. But that is a lie. If that's the case, where was the game plan with Regis? Why he didn't bring that game plan in this fight? That was pretty much almost the same exact fight. Devin was pretty much a counterpuncher in that fight. And he didn't even land the amount of shots that he did with Regis. Y'all gotta stop. Y'all know that boy look bad. That boy look bad, and I'm nervous for him. Y'all gonna talk that boy into getting a whooping. Okay, now he fought at 147. He ballooned up. He looked a good 165, 170 in that ring. Don't ever mention Boots Ennis. Don't even mention Brian Norman Jr. His only 50-50 fight maybe is Mario Barrios. And today I cannot believe, but to appease GM, my homie, and the few others that was trying to tell me that this was no cakewalk for Dev. You know what I'm saying? I gotta say it though. Devin and Rowley tonight is officially a 50-50. I'm sorry. Because that's just how nervous he needs to get back in the groove of things. Because I don't know what Frequent or Rollo, I don't know what y'all saw. But one thing that I think we can all agree on, they probably won't. But I know you and I are in consensus about this. Turkey is going to have a hard time selling this rematch part 2 between Ryan and Dev.
Turkey not worried about selling nothing. He ain't
He is because no, but I'm talking about as far as putting them on a card. That was supposed to be a main event card in October. That's done. That's an undercard fight. And that's even if we can even get that, because that's how bad they are. First of all, they're killing this whole card. The people are not happy. People are upset that they spent $59.99 for this card, probably the whole one something for the 2 fight cards for tonight and tomorrow. So that's number one. Number two, people are pissed off with Devin performance. They are making memes about him and the videos of him running and literally counting down how many seconds he ran around the ring before he threw one shot. And then they're cooking Ryan. Yes. And then they're, girl, get on social media. It's bad. And then they're cooking Ryan Garcia.
I just hopped
Like,
online.
yeah. So that's my 2 cents. Shout out to 2 cents. Not trying to copyright, but I'm not gonna let y'all get up here and cap. Devin did horrible. Ryan Garcia needs to add some more tools and get out his head because he was clearly in his head tonight. But he needs to realize when somebody is eliminated. Basically, Rowley looked at Tank Davis fight. That was Tank Davis part 2.
Did you see him keep jabbing that? It's like once they take away that hook, that's it for him. He can't do he can't do nothing else.
Exactly. And I just want to say, I told y'all so that Ryan Garcia and Boots Ennis was never a 50-50. I got to rub that in y'all face, but never mind.
50.
It's not no 50-50. I told some of y'all that. Y'all was telling me that's a 50-50 fight. And I said, no, because I got Boots on a whole different island of the 147. He still kills everybody in that 47 division. But put some respect on Rolly's name, and y'all going to get y'all boy Devin hurt again. Y'all got to stop this. That was a horrible showcase. And that's all I got. Make sure y'all like, subscribe to my girl channel. Bye, girl.
Shout out to Key with the T. Thank you for calling in. Whoever just called in, call in again. Let's take a look at the post fight. I just pulled up. Let's see.
You want to make a statement? Yeah, obviously it wasn't a good night for me. It was a pretty off night. Rose did what he does. There was a lot of good power shots, caught me in the second round. But just even in the start of the fight, it just didn't feel like my feet were on me, like I had anything. But I just tried to fight through it and just found myself very off after the year layoff. That whole year, it was a lot for me mentally, as you guys know. So the fact that I got here and I'm in the position I am, my mind is as clear as it is a victory for me, I would say. But I'm extremely disappointed in the way I fought, and it definitely isn't my best in any way. But thank you guys, and I want to thank my fans and everybody that stood by me, we took an hour today, and the people that came to watch me. A lot of love is out there for me, and I think people know my heart. And
All right, y'all know I gotta pause it every quick second. Call if you're on the line. As soon as the video finish playing, I'm gonna let you up so you can give your 2 cents. Oh, somebody calling again. All right.
know that I'll be acting better than ever.
Brian?
Yeah.
Just sort of take on the whole city. I'm wondering if maybe, had that been a full arena, maybe fans chanting, would it have done something different? It kind of seemed like a little quiet for what we were expecting.
Yeah, I didn't really, wasn't a fan of that at all.
Give me a second, y'all. We got a caller on the line. I'm gonna do the caller, and then I'm going to get back to the video. Let's do that. Listen, I just started the call-in show, so I'm trying to get the mechanics of it down. Caller, are you there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right, put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear the caller. What's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
All right, so
If you call in, call back after the caller hang up. I can only do one at a time. Go ahead, Terrence.
All right, so let's look at this. I'm gonna start with the 6 point first. The young lady just called in and said that it was a horrible fight. She said that Nate Jones, Mickey Bay, and Shane Mosley, and whoever else was there that helped train Devin. He didn't turn over his punches. And I asked her, if he loses this fight, which one of them are going to pay Devin to fight again? I don't think any. I don't think any of them are going to pay him anything if he loses this fight. He had a year layoff. He just needs to win this fight, and he did what he had to do to win the fight. And that's exactly what he should have done. There's no need for him to take any risk turning punches over and giving Ramirez one chance. And he has one chance of winning that fight, and that's to catch Devin with a big shot. So he did exactly what he was supposed to do in that fight. Get to the bag, win that fight, get to this bag with Ryan. And to your point, you say, well, he's going to fight this way, right? Will he fight that way against Ryan? Of course he's going to fight that way against Ryan. This is exactly what we said in the beginning. Make the fight boring.
So
That's what he did.
what's the point of boxing then? Like that sound weak as hell, Terrence.
Let me just finish. The
Okay, go
point of
ahead.
boxing is to make money. The more you win, the more money you make. The more titles you get, the more people want to watch you. No matter what you say, even whether they want to watch you to win or watch you to lose, they want to watch you. So if you can beat Devin, a fighter like Shakur or Devin, you got to beat him. You got to find a way to beat him. You can't complain about a style that they use to win fights. Is your favorite fighter got to find a way to beat them. And if you can't beat them, you just can't beat them. Join them. If that style is winning, it's winning.
Hell no, Terrence.
You are
You
the
sound
ones.
crazy.
This isn't the gladiators where if you want to see gladiators or rough, tough and boxing, you can see that, man. You can see Rock'em Sock'em boxing everywhere. You can go to the country bar and watch these guys beat the hell out of each other. But you know what? The thing about this is it's supposed to be about skill as well. So you got to find a way to use your skill. Since you're the bigger puncher, you have certain advantages. You have to use them to win. It's not up to Devin to help Ramirez win a fight by standing toe to toe or turning over punches and giving him a chance to win. That's not Devin's job. Devin's job is to win, which he did. So that was point two. As for Rolly, and in particular, you kept telling me, Ryan, you kept telling me 2 cents how good he looked. They got Derek behind him. And what did I say? I said he's a bum. I said he's been a bum. And and here it is. It shows that he's a bum, like I said.
This shows he's a bum. This shows he's a bum.
One-trick pony. No, let me finish. He's a one-trick pony. If he can't, he can beat the average fighter.
So what does it matter if he got one trick? He was winning.
Winning against who?
He was winning.
Winning against who?
Go ahead, Terrence. Finish up. Somebody calling in. Go ahead.
I'm talking about the elite fighters. He wasn't beating no elite fighters. I don't know who he was winning against. Yeah.
Neither was Devin.
Sub-tier fighters, yeah, he was beating, but elite fighters zero. And like I said, he was always a bum. And to prove it, I guarantee this. And you said Rolly's so much improved. I can tell you this right now. He's at 147, right? And Shakur is at 135. I guarantee you, if they fought right now, Shakur beat the brakes off of Rolly. Beat the brakes off of him. Make him look stupid in the ring. And I guarantee you that. So it's levels to this. And this is the reason, and this is precisely the reason why I'm telling you skills pay the bills. And that's why the only way in all of this, and I'm going to
say skills pay the bills, but run around, do whatever you need to do to win.
I'm going to conclude it with this, 2 cents. This is the problem with the Tank situation. You guys were giving him credit for beating Orion, which I said, I can't give you credit for that because he's not that good.
Why?
The only way he's going to get credit is he's got to beat Shakur.
So he beat Devin.
So he's got to beat Shakur. That's the only way he's going to get credit. His resume is trash, and that's all I got to say.
All right, Terrence. Thank you for coming up. Give me your 2 cents.
Thank you. Welcome.
All right. Whoever was calling in, call back. Cause Terrence, I don't know about that logic, bro. You contradicted yourself like every other topic. That boy say skills pay the bills, but you got to do what you got to do to win. I don't even know.
Call from
Rich.
What up, Rich? What's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Hello?
What up, Rich? What's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Man, my 2 cents is this. Ryan had that much offspring in his body. That's what happened. That's what the
Uh,
fuck happened. He wasn't hype enough. He had too much offspring in his body. I knew that shit was gonna happen. I didn't know it was gonna happen, but they fucked up their money, man. They fucked up that bag. As far as Devin Haney, I agree with Terrence on that. You know what I'm saying? I agree with, on a business asset that I think Devin was mainly looking just to win the fight and make that bag with Ryan. You know what I'm saying? But all that trying to fight like Shakur when he fought De La Santos, that shit ain't cool, man. That
mm,
shit, it wasn't cool when Shakur really did it, and it ain't cool when he do it, man. And
right.
and that's not his style. And so you could tell that he was trying to copy off Shakur.
Mm,
You could tell that's what they was really doing. They was copying off how Shakur fought against De La Santos. But Shakur had a good reason why he fought like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's my 2 cents when it comes to all that shit.
nah. You ain't on the he won 11-1. You like hell no, like that shit ain't cool.
You said what?
You say you
What you say?
you not on the like he won. Some people saying like he won 11-1, like he won. You know what I'm saying?
Devin Haney. Oh no, he won, but he did it in a Shakur way. You know when, but Shakur said his fist was hurt. He told his cousins that before he all came out there, and we seen the way he fought, and that was the only time that Shakur really got like really booed, and he know he fucked up. And that's when you know you fucked up when you say something after the fight and say he know he ain't do good. You know what I'm saying? So
So
that's
could that
that's the way
performance fuck
that
up the
Devin
bag?
Haney fought.
Well,
Huh?
so could that performance fuck up the bag just like losing?
You said who stuck up the bag?
I say so. Could that performance fuck up the bag just like losing could fuck up the bag?
Nah. It can't. It can't. I don't think that fucked up Devin bad with Ryan. I think with Ryan it fucked it up a little bit because he got like people gonna want to see him fight him again or something like fight Roddy again or something, man. Like he probably was off for a year, man. It
Right,
might been Osram. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So I want to see them fight again. I don't think it looked like Ryan once he got hit with that shit, like he lost all
Yep,
confidence. And
yep.
that's the same thing what happened with Tank when Tank hit him in his stomach. It's like he lost all confidence. He looked up and he's like, nah, this nigga hit too hard, man. Like a lot of these niggas genes fucked up, man. I think it's the genes too. They like bitch made for real. And Ryan got bitch in him.
Jeans.
Yeah, for real, he got like bitch in him. That's why when niggas tell me about if you get hit and you look up at a nigga, you know when you could get up and you don't get up, a nigga basically could do anything he wants to you. No homo shit. He could do whatever he wants to you. You's a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you really could get up. And that's what happened in this fight. He got hit and he like, damn, this nigga punch is solid. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't want nothing else of it. He ain't want nothing else of it. You could tell. You could see, like you could see in his eyes, like he hit Derrick James. See, but you know what my man told me? My man don't even pay attention to boxing. I mean, like pay attention to like all the shit that's going on. He said, man, that trainer, man. He said, I haven't seen that nigga fight before, man. It's the trainer telling him what to do. If he would have told him like to just be himself, it's the way he was trained. Like you had Ryan like really trying to be a boxer out there. You got him jumping around, moving back. I'm like, man, I ain't never seen him doing this. So I don't know. I
No,
really
that was
think that's
Ryan
what it
that
is.
wasn't fucking letting his hands go. That ain't got shit. What you mean, a
That's what I'm
trainer?
saying. No, I know that, but I'm saying I said my folks said that. I ain't say like I said, but he said basically that he felt like it was the trainer. He said the trainer was Terry James basically. He was like, man, he ain't training him to, you know what I'm saying, fight like how he usually fight. He training to box for real. You know what I'm saying? He was training him to box rolling and all that shit. I don't know if that method ain't work, man. I think if he would have stayed with Canelo, was Canelo training man?
Reynoso, they didn't have time to train him.
Yeah, I think if he would have stayed, the fight probably would have been a little bit different. Just on this fight.
All right, I got another caller coming in. You got anything else for the show? Or they hung up?
Nah, I just like I said though, man. Like that Devin shit, I do not agree with it. I would never stand by it. And yeah, man. Like, but I understand where he was coming from, but he know what he was doing, man. And people, I mean, he just gained more hate, so that's more money for real, more hate. People gonna want to see him lose more. So I
Bro,
understand.
that's not what bro. Listen, this is what all right. What else you got?
No, that's it. That's for real. I'm just like when people want to see you lose, that's what this is. They gonna start paying for it.
Who wants to
It's
see
from
him lose, bro? Who wants nobody?
if you
Listen,
ever
nobody wants to
if you
see
ever
Devin
see
lose bad
if
enough to pay for it.
I don't know what you're right. I don't know what other people think, but when a person coming to a post conference or whatever, all that type of stuff, and everybody booing you, it's not even like you hit one or two, you hit a whole place booing you, like you don't got nobody with you or whatever like that. You got a lot of hate. You know what I'm saying? Like Devin. I'm not even a Devin fan, but Devin is up there for one of the most hated fighters right now in boxing.
He
Him and
not.
Shakur, for real. He is. Who you say that's up there right now for the most hated fighters? Because
I don't know.
all you see is people hate. They hate them. They hate Shakur. If you if you ever do something, just go on his social medias and just see everything on social media. It's not one person giving him credit. It's just nothing but hate. So
Okay.
I can't agree with that. They hate him, and I know a lot of people want to see him lose. Yeah, but that's my 2 cents.
All right. Thanks, Rich, for calling in to the show. Yeah, I think nobody want to see Devin lose. Well, of course it's the fans and the people that be doing that. But I mean, as far as like regular hardcore fans like us that be on these panels talking, I can't speak for everybody, but I don't really see people saying like, I want him to lose. Well, Terrell Davis say I do because of Bill.
Call from
Frequent.
Frequent, you back? What you got?
Oh yeah, I just want to say I know y'all sound like y'all don't want to hear this, but it's obvious that Ryan was cheating. It was the Ostarine. We can tell that it was the Ostarine because he a totally different fighter now that he clean again. He back to his old self, getting knocked
Frequent,
down and all
Ostarine
of
is
that
not a
stuff.
steroid, bro. So whatever you saying, just
It's
stop.
I know it's a performance enhancement drug though. It's a performance enhancement drug. And
Okay, go.
without it, he trash now without it. It made him a
So
little
he wasn't
faster.
trash
It made him a
before it.
little.
He wasn't trash before it, Frequent.
He was trash before it.
No, he wasn't. He
And
was
it
knocking
showed
out
right
everybody
now.
he was fighting. He always been knocking out people with a left hook since a child. Y'all gotta stop
After he
this
be,
shit.
but he can't fight though. He be getting beat up though, right? He be getting knocked down, outboxed and all of that, and then he just land that shot and get them out of there. But once the competition, the level of competition got raised up, he can't just get people out of there like that. Look how many times he had to hit Devin and still couldn't get him out of there. So when the competition level is raised, he trash. He can beat all of those nobodies and people with no chins and stuff like that he can knock out with one punch and they never recover and can't get up and stuff like that from one little grazing. He could do that. But for somebody who won't get up and come and go back at him, he can't win. He don't got no skills. He don't got no defense. He curl up and cower and turn his back when he don't got no answers. The man he only got a left hook. Once you take the left hook away from him, Rolly showed that Rolly can't even. He's not even that good of a fighter, a boxer, but not that good of a boxer. But he outboxed Ryan. That tells you a whole lot right there.
Mm-hmm.
What, you don't got nothing to say?
No, I'm listening.
Yeah, the Ostarine, man. Without the Ostarine, he just trash. You know, I don't think.
Okay.
I don't think the rematch is important now. I think it's a waste of
Mhm.
time because Ryan need to build himself back up or run it back with Rolly and prove the Turkey that he worthy to get that type of money, because I don't think Turkey is keeping that on the table. That
So you
contract
don't you
getting
don't
ripped
you
up.
you don't think Devin's performance could have also decreased the value of the fight?
No, because Devin did what he was supposed to do.
Which was what?
He was supposed to win the fight. He was
He
supposed to
wasn't
win the fight.
supposed to
Both
put
of
on a
them.
good performance frequent. He was just supposed to win.
No, because listen though, we
No,
all
you don't never answer
expected.
my questions, bro. That's a question. I'm asking you.
I am answering it.
I need
Both of them
the short
had. Both
answer.
of
Give
them
me the
had
short answer. Give me the short answer.
Okay, this is the short answer. Both of them had a long layoff, so we couldn't expect too much from them that quick. These were supposed to be tune-up fights for both of them. So they were supposed to get past those fights to fight each other. He couldn't even get past the fight. When Deontay Wilder was set up to fight AJ like that, and Deontay Wilder lost the fight, it was off the table then. The same thing with Ryan. Ryan not special, man. He's not special, man. It's the
Okay,
same thing for
Devin
everybody. You
is
got
the
to keep
one
the
that
same
needs the
energy.
rematch frequent. Devin
Devin
needs the
don't need the
rematch for his
rematch.
career. Yes, he does.
No,
Yes,
he
he
don't.
does.
Ryan needed it to prove.
No, he
Ryan needed
didn't.
to. He did. He
No,
needed
he
it to
didn't.
prove that
No,
he
he
did.
didn't.
He
No,
needed.
he didn't.
I'm telling you
No,
why.
he
He
didn't.
needed it to
No, you
prove
know why
that
he didn't
it
need it to
wasn't the
prove nothing?
Ostarine,
Because
but
he
it
just
was the
headlined this card
Ostarine.
for a belt. He didn't need
He
to prove
fell.
nothing.
That's
He didn't
another
need to prove
thing.
nothing.
How the next fight, the fight between Ryan and Devin was supposed to have been a headliner. How it's going to be a headliner if Ryan lost? Ask yourself that. It can't be. He fumbled the bag. So Ryan is out of there now. Devin might as well fight Rolly or somebody else. I think Devin should fight Rolly for that because Rolly got a secondary
Devin
belt
ain't about
from
to
that
fight
from
Rolly.
Ryan. Well, I don't know. Rolly said he don't want to fight him or something like that. I'm hearing, but that's
Why
what
would I
should
fight
happen. I'm
you if
just
that's
saying
how
what
you
should
finna
happen.
fight? I don't want to fight you if that's what you finna do.
What you say?
I'm not finna fight you if that's how you finna fight.
Oh yeah, I know. That's the same way they treated Mayweather. They didn't want to fight him because they knew that he wasn't
Dev,
going to just slug it out
Key with the
mindlessly
T
with them
say
and let
Dev
them have a
fumbled
shot
the
at weight.
bag as well. Thank you, Key. Key Alexander said
How Devin fumbled the bag? He won. He got
because,
past his test.
bro, it's about the performance. It's not. Are y'all silly? Are y'all silly? Do you know what
No,
boxing
you
is?
sound
Boxing
crazy.
is
The man won every round except for
entertainment.
one. It was a
How
shutout,
do
and
I
you
sound
talking about
crazy?
the performance was bad.
I didn't say the performance was bad. I didn't say
You
the
just
performance
said
was
that. You
bad.
said it's
I
about the
never said
performance. You said
it is about the performance. I didn't say it was bad though. I'm just saying
so.
that some people
So
not
why
gonna want to
say it's
watch.
about the performance if it was a good performance then? So you talking
I
about
said,
Ryan then?
bro, you don't even know how to listen. But I got somebody on the call frequent. Got somebody else calling in.
All right, but you still ain't
All
making no
right.
sense. I'm not.
Call from
No more sleepwalking.
No more sleepwalking. What's up? What's your 2 cents? What you got for the show? Where you calling from?
Man, I'm from I'm in California.
What up?
I was calling to get frequent off the line. Frequent be lying, bro. I don't know, but my 2 cents is the fights today. I still don't even believe that it was three main events. I would not have if those was three separate cards. I would not figure out how to watch all three of them. You know what I mean? In one day.
Right.
I
Right.
would not have. Like, there's no way that I would have tried to watch all of them. And I do think that it was lackluster, like you said, because the Mexican fighters that they had in the ring did not fight like Mexicans. You know what I mean? Like they were trying to
Right.
box and try to. So it was like, wait, what are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep. Yep.
what is this? And even like you said, Ramirez definitely didn't try his best. I think the third round he showed some action,
It looked
and
like he
maybe
didn't try
round
at
11.
all. It looked like he didn't try at all.
And a lot of the times too, like I look at it and say, hey, I don't like how Devin Haney was fighting. I don't like fights like that, right? That pure boxing.
but you got to make it a fight. So if Romero, if you every round when I was watching, it was 30 seconds before anybody threw a punch. What kind of fucking fight is that? Like
Mm-hmm.
it's 30. Like there's nobody punching. They were getting close enough, but they were just. Are you filling each other out every round? Like, come on, that's not. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, Ryan. I didn't see that going like that though. But I mean, Rolly. I guess Rolly got he got his weight up. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. Rolly 3 division champ. All y'all hating on
yeah,
Rolly?
that's what they say. Yeah, that's what they say. That's what they say. He's taking that belt back to Vegas, man. I don't know, but hey, my primary goal was to get frequent off the line.
All right. Shout out No
All
More
right, hey,
Sleepwalking.
have a good one.
You too. Man, Rolly is a 3 division champ. Y'all been hating on Rolly. See, I've been following Rolly. I always like Rolly. His style was awkward. Damn, I never thought he'd be a 3 division champion though, for real. Can't lie to you on that. I didn't think he was gonna be Ryan either. I thought Ryan was gonna catch him coming in with something, but as soon as Ryan got dropped, man, he bitched up. These guys gotta fight, man. Like these they don't overcome adversity very well. Niggas will acknowledge Rolly as a 3 division champ and in the same breath say Tank is a 2 division champ. Who said that, Big Supreme? Whole card was weak to me. Devin started scared and Ryan got knocked scared. That's exactly what happened. But let me say this too, right? Let me say this too and tell me what y'all think. Give me y'all 2 cents. I think that Turkey has proven a few things with the cards and stuff that he put together. I think the first thing that has been proven is that you can't just throw names on a card and then people gonna want to see it, right? You can't just throw names on a card and then everybody gonna be interested. A lot of big names on this card, not everybody was interested. And you can't just throw names on a card and think that those fights are going to be competitive or exciting or whatever the case may be, right? And another thing that has been proven is like there's a reason why they don't quote unquote listen to the fans. Because for some reason, Turkey has been putting on fights for the fans that the people want to see, but the people that want to see it ain't willing to pay for it. That's what's crazy. That's what's crazy. So then you put this card together, and I don't know if they did any matchmaking or anything like that, but the reason why matchmaking happens is not it's cherry picking. It's a lot. They want to make sure they can matchmake you with somebody that's the fights can be competitive, the fights can be entertaining. You know, it depends on where you are in your career, what they're looking for in the matchup. Ron Garcia do got a glass chin, niggas stay getting dropped. You get what I'm saying? Knight Rider say, but Turkey don't care 2 cents. Boxing, remember this whole Turkey in boxing is all just for hidden agenda that is being exposed. And I wasn't gonna talk about that tonight because we calling in 281-845-2103. Give me your 2 cents about the fight. Turkey getting exposed now. Turkey getting exposed. I'm talking about exposed. So all you Turkey Johnson bouncers, he about to be exposed, and y'all gonna look crazy for supporting this You know what I'm saying? And we've been trying to tell y'all this whole time. Nobody just loses excessive amounts of money out the kindness, out the good of their heart. No. No. Y'all wonder why Devin Haney dressed up as a lawyer in a promo making fun of his own self because he got an offer that he couldn't refuse. So now when they tell him to do something, he can't refuse. Rollo, you're going to have to go and do your research, bro. Go on. See, because if I tell you, you're just going to try to argue like you know. Go do the research and figure out what I'm talking about and then come back and let's talk about it. We're going to do that. You feel me? Because if I said it's a lie, if you look it up and read the information yourself, it'll be the truth. Plus, we talking about the card tonight. And I just was a little irritated after I watched that card. I'm not going to lie to you. It's like when I watch a top rank card, you know what I'm saying? Y'all ever watch a top rank card and then you just be like, or the zone card, and then you just be like irritated because it's like, man, this shit sucked. Right? With no good fights on that card. Everybody was getting beat up. Like tonight, like, man, like they made Turkey look bad. Do y'all? I think they made Turkey look bad. I think they made Turkey look bad, bad. I mean, Mr. Coach Eddie say they was good fights on paper, and that's what I'm saying. And that's the point I'm trying to make, Coach Eddie. Like, just because that stuff be sounding good, that don't mean it's gonna be good. And then when the fans don't get the fights, they let's make the fights the fans want to see. Well, now you've been getting fights the fans want to see, and you starting to see that they just some of them, a lot of them, they're not that good. They're not that good. Now the Rolly Ryan fight, literally, it could have went either way. Like that fight could have went either way, right? So Ryan got dropped, then was you know what I'm saying, yeah, whatever issues he had because he got dropped. So that fight could have went either way. The Barbosa T.O. fight, I mean, I felt like that fight could have went better. T.O. could have smashed the gas. You know what I'm saying? Like throw punches. It's like no, none of these guys want to fight. None of these, and then Devin just ran around the ring, pop shotting. Like nobody want to fight. And that's why these guys are over there with Turkey. That's why these guys are B-side fighters because of shit like this. They just proved to y'all why they B-side fighters. This is why. And then your fans hop up here and say shit like, you just gotta win. They just gotta win. You just gotta do. I don't care. I don't care. It's okay. Okay. And then you want to say this fighter is the most hated on. Nobody's hating on them. Nobody wants to see that. People want to be entertained. You can box and win. If you're gonna box and win, then box and win. But then you want to bitch, moan, and cry. You want to get paid this and you want to do that when you don't generate this and that. Like what? And I had to take half of y'all purse or something. What if they are intentionally having lackluster performance to bring down Turkey's brand? I doubt it. I doubt it, but maybe. But that would take too much coordination, Big Supreme. That would take too much coordination between too many people, too many types of people. Somebody would have been back in tow. You know what I'm saying? And then that's what I'm talking about. Like, I don't understand how Tank Johnson got into Fly Frequency Mouth. Tank better get some decon. What are you talking about? I got some super chats. Hold on, y'all. Shout out to Murky Waters with the $2 in the super chat. He says Ryan and Devin both fought to not lose. Shout out Murky Waters. Shout out to Mr. Altruistic with the $5 in the super chat. He says Dev, Ryan, and Rolly food at 147. All of them. Shout out Mr. Altru. Jay Henderson with the $1.99 in the super chat. He says Rolly coming off a loss and just topped this card. Shout out Jay Henderson. But Rolly not coming off a loss. I think he won his last fight. Big Dog Willie with the $2 in the super chat. He says salute 2 cents boxing. Shout out Big Dog Willie. All right, I'm gonna take a few more calls because it's late. And my son has a fight tomorrow, so I gotta be up early. Got to be up early. What's facts, Coach Eddie? Big Dog Willie, are you mad because Devin beat Shakur record for most born fight ever? Ooh, shots fired. But y'all, listen, man. I'm glad Devin won, I guess. I mean, were there any? Let me know. Like, was the questions answered for y'all about Devin? Were the questions answered, or did it just create more? Did it just create more questions? Damn, Mr. Coach Eddie want Canelo to lose. Golly, Coach Eddie. I don't like watching fighters lose, bruh. Golly, you want the face of boxing to lose? You know that's not happening. But that William Skull dude is. Oh, let me ask y'all this. That William Skull dude is way bigger than Canelo. So let me ask y'all this real quick before I wrap it up. Yeah, y'all make sure if y'all want to call in 281-845-2103. You get your calls in because we about to wrap up the show. I want to thank everybody for joining me that supported the channel. If you're listening to the replay of this live, be sure to let me know and drop it below your 2 cents about the Fatal Fury, what you thought about the card, what you thought about all three of the fights, T.O., Ryan, Devin. What did you think about those fights? What did you think about those performances? Does it matter how you win, or does it just matter that you win? Let me know and drop it below if you're listening to the replay. So, that's what I want to ask y'all, right? Nobody is talking about Canelo, first of all. And Canelo is now fighting for two-time undisputed. Two-time undisputed. Now, if Canelo beats William Skull and gets two-time undisputed, how do y'all feel about that undisputed, right? Because I've been trying to ask, is this undisputed? Like, does it matter what you do to be undisputed, or does it just matter that you just get undisputed any means necessary? Like, does it matter that I don't fight my mandatory so I can get stripped and then they can get a mandatory, the belt that I was already supposed to fight? And instead of me fighting the mandatory, I go fight the mandatory that got the belt that was stripped from me so I could be two-time undisputed? Do we respect that? I mean, that's crazy to me because to me, I'm like, come on, bro, no. I mean, you two-time undisputed, okay, I gotta acknowledge it, but that don't mean I gotta respect it. So now you 2-time undisputed because you fighting your mandatory who you was already supposed to fight before they stripped you of the belt and gave it to him anyway? That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. But y'all let me know if I'm tripping. Big Supreme say William Skull isn't a cherry pick. What you mean, Big Supreme? Everybody saying William Skull is a cherry pick. Canelo about to put him in the dirt. Easy work. Canelo about to put him in the dirt. Easy work. That's what they saying about William Skull. They not even. It's no whispers. Like, well, I ain't heard not one. We've been on here this whole time. Not one person said nothing about Canelo fighting tomorrow till now. Till Coach Eddie brought it up. So I'm just asking, like, so Big Supreme, we respect the undisputed because because you feel like he not a cherry pick. We respect the undisputed, but I don't. I don't care if he a cherry pick or not. That shit crazy to me. Like, don't play. Like, you already had the opportunity to fight him because you was gonna you're mandatory, but you gonna give him the, like, come on. Man. I mean, I get it. It's boxing. You, it's chess. It's chess. You do it how you do it. But me personally, I don't like. You're not finna be. Oh, Canelo was 2-time undisputed. I don't even want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that. Terrell Davis say sounds like Crawford. But again, shout out to Romero, 3 division champ. Roller's pretty focused too, right? Listen, y'all. I want to, and this fight's tomorrow, so I don't know what time the fights come on. If I'm at the crib, I might go live. I might do a show after the fights. I don't know. We'll see how I feel tomorrow. I don't know if I'm gonna be watching them. If I'm gonna watch them, I have an event that I have to attend, but oh, um,
Call from
Frequent.
what up, frequent? I'm about to wrap up the show. What you got?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Queen. I just wanted to speak about Rolly Romero and that belt. That's a secondary belt. Remember, you forgot about that. Like it don't really count as him being a 3 division champ. If we can't give it to Tank, then we definitely can't give it to Rolly. You know, that's why they say
Man,
Tank is
shut,
a
I
two
don't
division
listen.
champ.
He got a championship belt in the division, bro. What are you
But
talking about? Is he
it's
not?
not though.
Is it
Boots
a
got the belt.
championship belt? Is it a championship belt, frequent?
No, Boots got the belt.
Bro, is it a championship belt? Yes or no?
No, it's a regular belt.
Is it a
'Cause
regular championship belt? Yes or no?
the sanctioning bodies
Is
say if
it
the
a
other belt is in the
regular
division, then that's a secondary belt.
championship belt? Yes or no?
Yeah, it's a regular belt, but it's not the
Is
main
it a
belt though.
championship belt?
I mean, technically, yeah, you call it the championship belt, but
So it's a
he's not
championship belt? Yes or no?
but it's not
Is it
acting as
a bruh? This
the
is crazy.
championship
This
belt
is
when the
crazy.
other belt is in the
Is
division though,
it a
Queen.
championship belt? Is what I'm asking you. That's it. I just want to know yes or no.
Not when the other belt is in the division. It goes from the world title to the regular title because the other championship belt is in the division, the unified champ.
I hear you.
So
Okay. But is it a
that's
championship
the
belt?
belt that Boots had, right? That's
Is
the
it a
same belt that Boots had.
championship belt? You just won't say yes. I just need yes or no. Is it a championship belt?
Not when the other belt is in the division. It
Is
goes
it
from the world title to the regular title.
okay? He's won a championship belt in 3 different divisions.
So how
Is that
many
true or
divisions?
false? Is that true or false?
That's false because he didn't win. He did then Tank was a champion when he beat Barrios. Then
Yeah,
it's
he
the
was.
same thing. It's
To
the
me,
same exact belt.
Okay, well, yeah, he was a champion when he beat Barrios. What's the problem?
Oh, a lot of people don't agree with that because it was a secondary belt. You know, Barrios wasn't a champion up there. I think
Is it a
Regis is one of them guys
championship
had it.
belt, y'all? Like, this shit's stupid. Like, the hoops y'all jump through to try to discredit people, like, y'all gotta stop that. If it's a championship belt, it's a championship belt. I don't care if it's the
But you
secondary,
can't you gotta go
I
by
don't
what the
care. It's
rules
a
of the
championship
sanctioning body
belt.
say though. Ain't that what
No,
y'all say? You gotta go by the rules of what the
I'm gonna
sanctioning
go
body
by
say.
what I wanna say. And if it's a championship belt and you won it, to me, you won a championship belt in a division. So if you've been in 3 different divisions and you've won a championship belt, you're a
Well,
champion in 3
well,
divisions. It's just as simple.
I guess that's okay if you're just saying just for you, but but everybody else don't recognize it like that.
Okay,
You
well,
know.
mhm.
Oh, I just wanted to point that out. I didn't know if you realized that that was the secondary belt or not, but since you already, you made it known that you do know that that's the secondary belt, but you just want to say that he is a 3 division champion. I
So
guess.
does it have mandatories?
He do it.
That's what
Yeah,
they
I
saying
think
in
it
the
do.
chat.
Yeah, I think it do. Yeah, that's it's the WBA, right?
Okay, so I'm not a champion, but what the fuck I got mandatories for then?
The, because the sanctioning body said
Why
because
do
the
I have
unified
mandatories if I'm not a champion, bro?
to allow because they're letting somebody else fight for the fight the mandatories of the unified champion. They don't want the unified champion to have to fight those mandatories. He can just focus on getting the other championship belts. That's
So I'm a
why.
champion then. Okay, then I'm still a champion. Frequent, they're using me to fight the other good people in the division. What are you talking about?
You know what I'm saying. He's just trying to be difficult, but we be going back and forth all day about this. But I just wanted to bring that to your attention that it was a secondary belt. That's all.
All right, all right, I appreciate you.
All right, salute.
Well, y'all just be making up anything to try to discredit folks. That's crazy. Shout out Mr. Greg with the. Hold on, let me get to my sound. Oh, I didn't put the thing up. Hold on. $5 in a super chat. He says, "Good morning, 2 cents. Tonight, Rolly showed up to win and did. That's the whole card." Shout out, Mr. Greg. Man, congrats to Rolly. I'm happy for Rolly. I'm happy for Rolly. Shout out to Rolly. All right, y'all. Let's see what y'all saying. Canelo been fighting 2 to 3 times every year for the last 15 years. 66 fights in, and he's still going and has the chance to become 2-time undisputed. Oh, so you saying you don't care how he do it? Like he just about to be 2-time undisputed? I mean, I guess, but it's wag. That's wag, Big Supreme. That's wag, bro. They love Tank Dragon. Hell no, because you can't unify secondary belts. What does that matter? Can we just be happy for Rolly for a minute? Dude that took a few bad losses, and it's kind of cool to see him get a big win. It is.
Call from
What up? What's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
What's going on, 2 cents?
What up?
Shit,
Paid in
chillin'. I just want to
full.
get your. I didn't even know you was going live. I had missed your. I ain't get no notification. I was looking forward to it though, but I just wanted to see what was your take on whether you still want to see that fight or not, or do you think that fight with Rolly and Ryan affected the Devin versus Ryan fight?
I mean, I've been asking the whole time. Why does it matter what happened in this fight? Why they still can't rematch? Like I don't understand why. Because it's not like Ryan had to win because the winner of Rolly and Ryan gonna fight Devin, right?
Yeah.
So I still watch the rematch. Shit, let's make it. Styles make fights. Devin ain't
I agree.
Rolly. He don't hit as hard. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna make
I
Ryan
agree.
put his hands in his pocket like
We,
that. You feel me? Or we don't think he will. Maybe he will. I don't know. But not the way he fought
I,
today. He ain't gonna do it.
no, but one thing we got to remember though is that Tank told motherfuckers that Rolly was one of the hardest punches he's ever been in the ring with. Like that nigga really has crackhead power. And once you get knocked down, once you get caught like that, I think Ryan put his hands in his pocket because shit, he was too worried about something coming back. But I'm not gonna just sit here and act like Devin put on the best performance either, because shit, he was running around that bitch as well. I mean, he got the W, but was that was pretty much a lackluster performance. This supposed to be Devin 2.0 that was coming back. So I think I think that's still a good fight, especially with the you know what I'm saying, with the Austrian shit still hanging in the balance to see whether or not that Ryan, I mean, was that the reason why Devin lost, or was it that Ryan was just better than Devin? So and also I better not hear a motherfucker say Tank ain't fought nobody no more. That should be the because the motherfuckers that he fighting, it seems like your way is aging very very well.
Resume
But that's
aging like fine wine.
exactly. So I mean, that's pretty much all I had. I just wanted to get your take on that, just because I'm probably gonna go back to catch your playback as well.
Yeah, I want to see it still. I mean, it don't bother me. People act
Yeah,
like
that's
people
what I'm saying.
can't lose. Like, what are we talking about?
That's what I'm saying. And people think just because Ryan lost that puts him at the back of the line. Like once you become a big name in boxing, bro, that shit doesn't put you at the back of the line. We can
Exactly.
witness
I
that.
just wanted to say that because this was Devin
Yeah.
career ending for Devin.
And I feel like that's an scapegoat for them to feel like they don't have to go back to that fight. And no, that ain't no. Y'all gotta run that shit back, bro. Hands down. Like y'all gotta run that shit back. It was too many questions. If it was the Osterine, then cool. I feel like with Ryan though, he really ain't too much really had to worry about nothing really hard coming back with Devin. But shit, when you get knocked down like that, I feel like Ryan was hurt to the point where shit, he put his hands in his pocket. To the point where
Mm-hmm.
he didn't want to use his jab no more. Even
Mm-hmm.
when he was using his jab, he was still hesitant to even use it. Even same thing with Devin. You could see it was spots in the ring where normally he'd use his jab, but he was pretty much that fight with Devin and Ramirez remind me of Shakur and De La Santos.
Mm-hmm.
Swear to God.
Mm-hmm.
Swear to God. So
Mm-hmm.
that's pretty much all I got. I guess I'm gonna catch you on Sunday then.
All right, peace out.
All right, yep.
So it's like, what's a lot, Big Supreme? It's like you did all that training year out to come back and fight like that? Like, bruh, I don't know. I don't even like it. Like, fight this dude. Like, step to him. You look how you snapping his head back. Like, Devin look like he had some popping now. Look how you snapping his head back with the jab. You should have just came in there, pop, pop, pop. Like, 1, 2, 3, step around, hook, body. You know what I'm saying? You ain't do nothing. You just, come on. You can fight better than that, Devin Haney. What the hell is Shane Mosley and Mickey Bay? I didn't know he was working with Mickey Bay, another fucking drug chief. I didn't know he was working with Mickey Bay, but what was y'all working on, Matt? You telling me Shane Mosley, Mickey, y'all all spent camp working on that? I don't understand. You already know people don't want to fight Shakur for fighting like that. What you think they gonna say about you now? I don't know, man. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Who's watching the fights tomorrow? Put a 1 in the chat. What time they start? What time the fight start tomorrow, y'all? These people love belts so much. But then as soon as it's somebody they don't like with a belt, they want to try to discredit their belt. Jump through 1,000 hoops. 4 p.m.? Damn. I'm going to miss them. Telling you that right now. Which fight y'all looking forward to tomorrow on the card besides Canelo? Is that Bacoli fighting tomorrow? Some people say they think it's too soon for Bacoli to come back.
Call from
Gregory Quattlebaum.
Which fight y'all
to accept.
Mr. Greg, what you got for the show? What's your 2 cents?
Hey, good morning to you all. I really fallen asleep, to be quite honest, watching the fight. But this was a case to me of, like I just said in the super chat, of one person showing up to win, and that was Rolly. But that's what you have sometimes. You're always going to have somebody who's actually going to do what we expect, what we want them to do, even if we weren't necessarily thinking he was going to win. I think of the 6 guys who was fighting, the one who really put some work in and it showed was Rolly. I don't know what kind of training, what kind of preparation Devin was doing other than to be safe, which is what he did. I think it was so much emphasis on him just not losing that once again, Devin wins, but then loses in a sense. He should have really, really showed up and showed out. And I don't think they had that mindset. I don't think they prepared to do that. And I think they were just satisfied with Devin not getting hit, but really Devin not getting hurt, and Devin just, coasting or playing it safe to get the win. Once Ryan
Mr.
got
Greg,
tagged,
when you say that out loud, don't that sound so terrible though, or am I tripping?
it might sound terrible, but in a sense, it is terrible. If you're going to be in this fight game and you want fans to love you, if you want fans to pay for you to come see you and not be disappointed by you, you have to give them reason to be happy to see you fight, to pay for you. And that's just something I think you got to have the right kind of mindset for. I think after the last fight that he had, there was some damage to him psychologically. I'm talking about Devin, that doesn't seem to be something that they were ready to address with this next fight. And it showed the way he fought. That's how I feel about it. Excuse me. Tio, again, Tio wasn't doing much of anything either from my perspective. He didn't show anything that showed that he's should be a force to be reckoned with. I mean, yes, he won, but he didn't show anything. And maybe because, excuse me, it may be just because Barbosa, for whatever reason, just decided to fight the way he did or not fight the way he did. With Ryan, however, I think psychologically, again, once Ryan got hit and got put down, there was a change that took place in him inside, and it showed up for the rest of the fight. Rolly, on the other hand, you saw that he had a lot more determination. He wanted to win, and he was willing to even make mistakes as he did. He was missing a couple of times and things of that nature, the way he was throwing his punches. But he was throwing his punches with bad intentions, and he did enough, and he kept doing enough. There's nothing that I could say that Rolly didn't. He could have done everything better, but Rolly fought, and he fought like he wanted to win. Ryan fought like he just was scared to really fight, especially after I think he was hurt a little bit more, and it lasted a little bit longer when he got knocked down. So, but that's the thing. Those are the kind of things you be looking for a fighter to do. I'm talking about Rolly now. You look for whatever level of skill he had. He used whatever he had, and he put it all on display. And you're supposed to win like that. I'm happy for him. He's had some fights where he didn't win. He's been hurt a couple of times in fights, but tonight he beat somebody who had a bigger name than him, and he looked good. To me, he looked good fighting Ryan because of the knockdown. That really made you look at him the rest of the fight. I think the judges was looking at Rolly too when he was going to the body and things of that nature. And I think Ryan just, like I said, inside Ryan was never in the fight again, not like he should have been. As far as the rematch between him and Devin, that can still happen. It should still happen because that's something that they have to address. But the excitement about the rematch, I think, probably is diluted just a little bit based on the performances. So we'll see how they go. We'll see what Bill has to say in the days and weeks to come about it. And we'll see how excited we are about it once it shows up again. I never was about the Canelo fight. I don't know whether I was just didn't care or thought much about it. And that's kind of how I feel right now too. I'll probably still watch the fight. I will watch it. I will watch the Inoue fight Sunday. That's kind of, the card. Like I said, I was nodding off and all that other stuff, and I've been up all day today doing a number of things, moving around, taking care of business, etc. So I was really hoping to enjoy the fight, but I didn't really enjoy the fight the way I wanted to. I was happy for Rolly, and a little bit surprised, but was happy nevertheless. So that was one of the good things about this card. A surprise really came out of it. So that's how I saw the fight. What do you think?
I thought they were pretty lackluster. I thought the Rolly and Ryan fight was okay, but once Ryan got cracked, then he just ain't do nothing else. Nothing you could do about that. But that fight could have went either way, right? The Ramirez Devin fight, I'm pretty like underwhelmed. Like I thought Devin was gonna, fight. Like he had openings, he had opportunities to really put it on this guy. I don't know why he decided to fight that way. T.O. did the best he could with his opponent. His opponent wasn't very good to me, but T.O. did try to style on him a little bit and entertain the crowd. But I think it just shows why these guys are B-side fighters. And a lot of people believe one thing about these fighters or why they don't get these opportunities or paid this much or this and that, and it's because of what you've seen tonight. They're not entertainers like that. This is boxing, and when you're at that level, at the level they're at, and trying to get past, it's not just about winning. It's not just about winning. You have to make people want to see you win. Nobody wants to see you winning like that, Devin. Nobody wants
That's
to see
so
you winning
true.
like that. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
so I think it just proved tonight, like, yeah, I was saying, oh, all these 3 fights are like, no, they not. No, they not. They're not.
I read that Ryan got paid 20 mil and Rolly got paid 5, but they didn't publish the other 4 what their purses were. And I look at that like, what?
Yeah, Ryan got paid 20 million for that performance.
Yeah, whether that was true, but it was written that when they showed what the purses were, they only showed, like I said, Ryan and Rolly's purses, and it was 20 for Ryan, 5 for Rolly, and the other 4 they did not reveal. They said for some reason it wasn't being revealed. But even if that is even true, and let's just pretend it is, I don't know what it is because I don't know what's in their pocket. I think Rolly earned his money and Ryan did not. That's my feeling about it. And it don't even matter how much it was. I don't think Ryan really earned his money because Ryan was supposed to be the headliner. Ryan was supposed to be, of the six of them, the biggest star. So if you get more, you have to do more. That's how I see it. And it seemed like it was Rowley who did a little bit more. It seemed like Ryan didn't really realize visually and commercially what could have, which probably is going to be at stake for him. I don't think Ryan's going to be looked at in the same way. He'll still get fights for sure because you do lose, but it's the way that you lose. It's what you do in a time in
Well,
a
I think
fight.
once he got dropped by Tank, people already know like you would quit. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, you don't want to keep having that. You don't want that to become who you are. All you got to
Right.
do is hit him, and he's going to quit. And so if that keeps happening, I mean, it seems like this is the second time. And really, this is not actually the second time. As you remember, early in his career, I can't think of who dropped him, and he was supposed to fight, and he had to drop out because he had some a mental
Mental
breakdown.
illness, yeah. It was
Yeah.
Tank. It was
So
Tank,
that's
I
this.
think.
Not Tank. It was before the Tank fight. I think it was
Oh,
before the Tank. Yeah. He didn't fight for. He was supposed to fight someone, and he didn't. He had to take care of his mental health because he had gotten dropped and hurt in that previous fight, and so I think that's where his Achilles heel is. You hurt him, and he'll start to wilt either physically or mentally. But either way, you start doing that throughout your career. So if this happens to him a fourth time in his next fight, that's probably how he's going to be permanently looked at. It was like when he was an old fight when Duran quit in the fight with Ray in the second fight and the No Mas fight, and it took Hagler, I'm not Hagler, Duran, quite some time. It was the Davey Moore fight that put him back on track when he won the 154 title. But once you have that persona, that's how people will see you. And for a person like Duran, who had a lot of pride, and I thought that's good, he had to really put in some work to get back in the eyes of the public where they'll see him as a fighter to be reckoned with. Even though after that he did lose to Hearns and Hagler, but he still was in there. You still had he regained some respect after he quit with the Hagler fight. And oh good Lord, I'm still sleepy. in the Leonard fight. But yeah, that was that's what I got out of this card. The person who surprised me, and I was glad to be surprised, was Rowley. But that would have been the person you would have been surprised by.
yeah. Well,
So
we all knew he had a shot to beat Ryan. He had a puncher's chance.
and he's strong. He was stronger than Ryan.
Yeah, way
And
strong.
people probably forget that Rowley actually does have power. His
Mm-hmm.
skill set is where his delivery system is that they've been working on it a little bit. They have been. You can see it in that fight. But his skill set is where he probably has some problems with because he gets better with his skills, just fundamentals. He gets just better with those, along with that power. And now that he has something to fight for, he got a belt. I don't care what the belt is. He has something to fight for. He has a little shine again because he beat Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever's training him, I hope they try to up the level for him a little bit. Maybe the guy's bringing somebody new who can work with him, work on his fundamentals a little bit more. Because he did see some improvement. At
A
least I
lot.
did. I saw some improvement.
But he's
Yeah.
been improving though. That's the thing is,
Mm-hmm.
people want to acknowledge he's been improving. Like that pit bull fight, that's the best I ever
Mm-hmm.
seen Rolly. I'm like Rolly working like his footwork. He was using his jab. He just couldn't hold it up because that's not how he fights.
Mm-hmm.
But he switched his whole style up to fight Pitbull, and he looked like that's the best I had ever seen Rolly, even though he lost.
Yeah. Don't be surprised that he'll win some other significant fights, and I won't be surprised that he does as well. I think this was a great confidence booster for Rolly. I think this will do a lot for him. This win.
Right.
It's a nice card to be on with these are guys who are in those divisions that he's in. So you got to talk about him too now. You just can't talk about Shakur and Ryan and Devin. You now have to really talk about Roland.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a good thing for a fighter. I don't know who his business people are. I don't know who his trainers are really, but I hope they see the same thing I see and go to work. Get them, don't let them get a little lazy after this win. Let him go ahead and rest and maybe have a few little moments, but get him back in the gym and just work on his fundamentals. Keep him focused now, because he got a target on his back. Somebody gonna want the belt that he has. I'm not sure who he's gonna fight next, but I hope it's a significant fight where he wins again. I mean, I'm always happy when fighters, who put in work, took some losses, people clown them a little bit, et cetera, look past them. But always happy to see him fight the same. Because you remember, we always want to see Rolly. At least we want to see him in the press conference. So that's a good thing. Keep that part of it. Now you got a nice, good win. You keep that, and you keep winning. And that's how you get to where you want to be when you want to be a superstar. And I think Rolly has the ingredients to do it. Let's see if they really sharpen him up and do that. Devin got to go back to really, he has to go to the drawing board again, because I don't see nothing that Shane and you said Mickey Bay was in his corner. I don't see
He should
anything.
still be at the drawing board, Mr. Greg. He's still at the drawing
I think he got to go back to the drawing board. You don't have. Devin came in. And
what do you think about his performance?
Like I said, he was fighting just not to lose. That's what I saw. That he was just fighting not to lose. He was moving around a lot. He wasn't trying to really engage to show that fight that he had with Ryan was an anomaly for him as far as he was concerned. He didn't show that I am, the fighter that I was been promoted to be at one time, until he started having these setbacks. If you look at Devin, like I said, Devin wins, but he still loses. We're not talking about this is a great win for Devin. We're talking about how Devin fought. We're talking about his lackluster performance again.
Well, they just think it's because we hating on him. His fans say it's because we hating on him. No matter what he do, we hate on him. He won 11-1. How could we be hating?
People don't like fighters that they love. They don't like people that they love, period, to be critiqued, to be criticized. Devin warrants criticism because there was expectations on him, and he's not fulfilling those expectations. He's winning, nothing wrong with that, but he's not elevating. And so sometimes people just feel, just be happy that he won. No, I don't want anybody to actually lose, but somebody going to win and somebody's going to lose. But when you win and you still looked at as you lost, that's a whole different thing. You got to look at why is that? It's not the fans, it's the fighter. So people think we hating on Devin. I'm not hating on Devin. I'm just criticizing Devin for how he has performed. I don't care that he won right now. I want him to really show who he really is. I know it's there, but the right ingredients have to be there, and the right people got to be around you to bring out the very best in you. And we're not seeing we have yet to see, in my opinion, the very best that Devin has, because I don't know whether it's how he thinks mentally. I don't know. I think it's a lot of how he's being prepared and trained. And I think maybe
we have seen the best that he has, Mr. Greg. He's just overhyped.
I didn't want to say that one.
I'm just giving it as an option. I'm not saying that, but I just want to throw that option in there. You forgot to mention that one.
Oh, okay. But I think there's a little bit more to Devin. But if there is, he got to discover why it is that we're not seeing it. Tonight was certainly we didn't see the best of Devin, and there was no reason for that in terms of who his opponent was. I don't think his opponent made him fight that way. Devin just decided to fight that way for whatever reason. I don't know why, but that certainly wasn't the best that we could have got from him. I would have wanted more. If I was a fighter, I would want more of myself. I don't know what. I guess when Devin actually does some more interviews about it, something may come out about how he feels about what he did. But right
I mean, does
now,
he
what
think that's
we
gonna
saw,
help his market value? Like, I don't understand. I'm just trying to understand the thought process. Yeah, you getting this money with Turkey, but Turkey ain't Turkey ain't gonna always be here. So, like, what are y'all
nope.
trying to do? What are y'all just trying to get the bag? Like, are y'all about to retire? Like, what's gonna happen?
Well, one of the things that is true, what we've seen, all of the fighters are going to run after the money, and I understand that. I understand why you want to hurry up and get a bag. That makes perfectly good sense on that end, because they've seen fighters from a different era not get the bag that they should have gotten, and then come out at the end of their careers broke and beat up and not in best of health and things of that nature. So a lot of these fighters are they see that, they're affected by it, and they get positioned where the fights that they take will get them some money, and they not get hurt too bad. So I see that it hurts the sport a little bit. Money, I said it before, money has helped the sport and hurt it at the same time. Because if I could get $20 million and be in front of somebody who allegedly I should be able to beat easily or pretty well, your business people we're gonna jump on that. But you always got to be prepared that the guy that you're in front of, who you're supposed to beat, who you're supposed to have an easy time with, might not have that same mindset. That guy may decide, no, you might be getting 20, but I'm gonna still try to beat beat your ass in this ring all 12 rounds, because I really want to win. I want to be in the position that you in, where I can start getting 20 million. And then they fight that way and they come out on top. That's how I see what Rolly did tonight. And that's a good thing. But the other five, I didn't see that in them. I didn't see that they want to maintain whatever status that they had by the way they perform.
The opponents was even worse, Greg. Like, what were the opponents doing? Like, y'all not doing nothing.
So if you got bad opponents that just not doing nothing, to me that's more motivation. Well, he don't really want to fight. I'm going to show that I do. Even if he runs from me the whole fight, what you'll be able to say is I kept coming after him. I didn't let him off the hook. He ran all night. Good. I tried to trap him. Maybe sometimes I did. I threw plenty of punches as soon as I could get to him. You keep seeing that. The effort is what you look for in a fighter. Do you keep making the effort regardless of whether the guy, because Rolly was, sometimes putting Devin in headlocks, and he was doing all that craziness as well. I'm sorry, not Devin, Ryan in headlocks as well. But you have to keep trying. This is the hurt game. This is the fighting game. This is why we watch. We want to watch and see people fight legally.
Yep.
And that's what we're doing. So if you want that 20 million, that 5 million, whatever the millions you get, and you want to keep getting it, the first thing you have to do once you get in the ring, because the fight starts, actually, as we all know, at the negotiation table. That's when the fight really starts. Then the second phase of the fight is when how are you preparing? What you doing? What you working on? Have you studied that fighter that you get ready to fight? What is his weaknesses? What is his strengths? How am I going to address them in the ring? What are my weaknesses and strengths? How am I going to sharpen up the weak parts, and how I'm going to even be better with my strong parts? What is my mentality? So I don't care about whether you running. You're going to run because I'm now making you run. That's what we can see, and the fans are able to see that. And so at the end of the fight, I can say, you can see what I did. You can see what that fighter did. So, that helps. That still helps you, because we're looking at what you're doing.
Yep.
Yeah. So You said your son is fighting. Is he in a tournament?
Yeah, he got a tournament, so I gotta be at the weigh-in at 8 a.m.
Okay. He fighting at what at 147, 140,
This my
135?
youngest son. He fighting at 114.
Oh, okay. All right.
Even
This
though that
is
might
the
be too
second or
low
third
for
fight?
him. Yeah, this is his third fight.
Okay. Well, I hope he wins. So you have two sons boxing, right?
Yeah, too.
Okay, yeah. Well, did they watch the fight? What they think of the fight?
No, they didn't watch him. They was at
Oh,
practice actually.
oh, okay. Well, hey, this is how
They
the
might
fight
have had
is.
him on at practice. I don't know. They just they came home and went to sleep. I was on my live.
There was some other fights on YouTube. I saw it, but I didn't bother to watch it because like I said, I came in late when I came home. It was late. The card actually had started,
Was it a pro box
so
card?
I don't know. I just saw it. It wasn't Pro Box though. It was something else. But I didn't even bother to watch it, so I might go back maybe tomorrow to look through it. But it was a card on. By the way, was Wilder supposed to fight today too?
No.
Oh, okay. I
Not
saw
true.
somebody saying something
I
about
don't know
Wilder
when Wilder
fighting.
fight, but he's supposed to be fighting. I'm not sure when.
Well, I'll look forward to seeing him, just to see what he does. He's preparing. He said he's going to be back. Uh, I hope he's in a good. I hope it's in a good fight. I hope they don't throw him into the wolves, based on his last couple of losses. But I hope it's a good fight to make him understand and make him decide that he really wants to come back. And sometimes you come back and realize, nah, I should have just stayed out. So hope this is a fight that gets him motivated to stay and be better prepared. But sometimes it takes some, sometimes you gotta get beat a couple of times to get yourself together, and sometimes you get beat and realize that you need to stop.
Right. Thanks.
I'm not sure
Thanks.
which one
But
he's
is it?
gonna be. Yeah.
But I mean, it just seemed like some more finesse and Bill doing with Devin.
Oh well, you know how that goes. We done seen that now. Just position your fighter to get some money, to talk like you're gonna talk. That we want all the best big names, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But then when it comes down to it, we'll pay to see this guy, and we'll pay this guy to fight that guy, and that's what we get. We got a card. The card was interesting. It showed a lot of promise on paper, but the end result is what it turns out to be. So who does T.O. fight next? Who does Devin actually fight next? And who does Rolly fight next? Because they were the winners. So who do they fight next?
We
And
don't know yet. We don't know
yeah,
yet.
then you said,
We're gonna have to run through the list, check the rankings. That's a good that's a good topic, just a great. We could do that one Sunday on the show. What's gonna be next for
okay,
these
yeah,
guys?
yeah, that'd be good. What made you decide to just do phone calls today, by the way?
Well, I started having my call in show. I started it last week, and not a lot of people called in, and I still had the panel, and I was like, you know what, today I'm just gonna only do call in so I can get more people to call in. So Friday's
What
gonna be
time did
my
you
call in
come?
show. I'll still have the panel, but I like the call in
Hmm.
show for Fridays. I came on late today after the fights because
Okay.
I got in late, so I came on after the fights.
Yeah,
Probably
I
about
didn't think you was
nine
going.
9:45, about 9:45.
Okay. I thought I didn't think you were going to come on because of the fight, and I just happened, like I said, I dozed off, and I said, I wonder if she came on, and I happened to just click on, and yeah, you were on. I said, okay. I must have really been sleeping. But
Yep.
will you be
Great show
watching the
today.
Canelo fight tomorrow?
No, I'm gonna be in the. I got some. I'm gonna be at an event
Right,
tomorrow.
right, right. You got your son's fighting tomorrow.
Yeah,
That's
I'll be
right. I
in the.
forgot about that.
I got a long day tomorrow. I got my son fighting in. I got another event I gotta get to.
Yeah, it's that time.
So
What
I'm gonna
about
miss some
Italy on Sunday?
fights. Uh, I'm not really interested in. I'll watch it if I catch it, but it's not something I'm just gotta watch.
Yeah, I like in a way. I like watching them fight. I hope, who is. I don't know who he's. I forgot the guy he's fighting. I think he's really just Bob got him over here to introduce him a little bit more to the American fight fans. Um, and it's probably going to be. I hate to say it, but it probably is going to be sort of a showcase fight. That's what I think.
Yeah.
So we can see in a way. And maybe people will get excited by him depending on how he performs. And he usually performs regardless of what the quality of his opponent is. He still puts on a performance, and that's what I mean. Sometimes you're gonna look good because of the guy that you're fighting. That's proven. But you still will look good. Will make people say, "Well, I want to see him again, and I want to see him against a maybe tougher fighter, things of that nature." But that gets your interest in him. I mean, that's why when the first time I actually watched him was the first fight with Donier. And I'm like, let me go back and see some of his other fights. And I watched those. And then, of course, I watched him, watched the second fight with Donier. I watched the subsequent fights. I've watched all of his fights after that. And I watched the schoolboy went over there and got demolished, basically. And then the last two fights he's had, I watched those as well. So I think he's over here now to, if Bob is doing what Bob usually does, to introduce him to the American market. It's probably some fights. There's only one fight that I've been hearing about that should supposed to be the huge challenge for him, and that's still probably going to be over in Japan. I mean, that audience over there for him is just phenomenal. I mean, I'm sure the other guys over here who have somewhat of a career would like to have the same kind of audience and the same kind of adulation that in a way has in Japan. But you got to do that again by your performance.
Yep.
That's all you got to do. Show up and show out every time, even if you lose. If you're still showing up and you're showing out, people still will keep coming to see you. People will still talk about you. People still have well wishes for you, things like that. I just don't, we talked about this earlier about this generation of fighters being soft. And that plays a role in it too. The business plays a role in it, and everybody wants to hurry up and get money, et cetera, et cetera. Turkey is the perfect person to show up to feed that desire to get money. He's a perfect guy to show up, but how long he's going to last, we don't know. But because everybody ran over there. Everybody. Just about. I don't know anybody who's a fighter who's saying no to his overtures other than maybe Tank. And Tank probably would have said yes too if, what he was asking for. And he probably was just messing around to see if they was going to do it. Then he asked for 2 Ferraris or something like that and a big bag. And I wonder what would have happened if they had given it to him. Would he have gone over there to fight whoever they wanted him to fight? So that's the question. I mean, you offered me 2 Ferraris along with the big card, because I asked for it and now you giving it to me. Is now, am I serious? So, you
Right.
asking something, they say, here it is, now what?
All right,
So,
Mr. Greg, thank you for coming up and giving your 2 cents for the show.
Yeah,
We'll
well, I
be back
enjoyed talking
live
to you.
again Sunday at, I'm so sleepy, 5 to 7 p.m.
I can tell. Yeah, go ahead and get you some sleep, sis.
All right,
And
Mr. Greg.
I wish your sons success on their wins, on their fights tomorrow as well.
All right, thank you. Have a good night.
All righty. Good night.
I want to thank everybody for joining me today. Where you at? We travel once a month. We really do this and always looking for the best. We just stopped 24 Golden Glove winners at 125. All right. How many fights your son got? My son only got 6. Um, All right, y'all be sure to punch that like and subscribe button. And I want to thank everybody for joining me today and everybody that supported the channel, whether it was through the Cash App, dropping the super chat, hitting the like button, hitting the subscribe button, listening to the replay, leaving a comment in the comment section. However you supported this channel, I want to say thank you. And I want to let you know that it is greatly appreciated. But listen, if you don't want your host all in the videos, timing you out, kicking you out the chat, muting you, leaving you in the background, charging you to make a phone call, come on over to 2 Cents Boxing, where we talk everything boxing and everybody's entitled to their own opinion.